Hello gamers, welcome to another DSP video. That's right, we're going to be watching today's pre-stream podcast. I mean the level 1 podcast where he drops the big announcement. The Mike Kloom documentary. Yes. He is going to be discussing the documentary and we are going to be listening to it. Let's fucking go.
The deal. Because the rumors have already hit the internet. There's already rumblings. There's already information out there.
Rumblings,
so
dude.
I'm here to basically clarify everything, to clear the air, and to let you know exactly what is going on. All right?
What's going on? Tell me, Phil.
Last year was a very drama-filled, nonsensical year for me.
No, it wasn't. He told us it was not a drama year. It was a good year. He said it was great. Rejuvenation, man.
Against my will and against my wishes.
Against my will. This is okay. This is the type of shit you can expect from Phil. Phil the guy. This dude says, Wings of Redemption and Boogie have all this drama happening to them, blah 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 blah. But when it happens to them, it's against his will. DSP, do you think that Wings and Boogie gets trolled with their will or whatever the fuck? Come on now, dog. And this dude is like, against my will, that drama happened. Okay, what about the fucking Wings, man?
I think we can all agree. Last year, there was a lot of very negative talk about me on the internet, in some cases from really big YouTubers, right? Now, in some cases, being very transparent here. When I got criticized by Moist Critical
did not call him out last year. He called him out in 2022 because that's when Scorn came out. So no one really called him out last year. Technically, they have Sidescrollers, which did call him out. Oh my god.
And he was like, dude, I can't believe he's saying the things he's saying on his streams to his viewers about income and stuff like that.
He still does this though. Literally. He did this for Mario RPG. Guys, I can't afford Mario RPG and RoboCop. Dude, I could go on another fucking rant about this, but he still complains about fucking revenue. And all this other stuff. Listen to him talk about, like, what would happen to Baldur's Gate 3 if he doesn't get engagement. I mean, yeah, he says engagement, but he also says support. Like, come on now. Yesterday, he said that the bar down here is my life's blood or whatever the fuck. Okay.
Disrespectful.
The impending day off.
Attitude. You can't say that kind of stuff. That resonated with
Dude, he's still not grateful. The way he handles getting tips and all this stuff shows he's not grateful to it. Like, I know that this is an old clip because I think there's an old DSP like pre-stream podcast segment where he's like, tip down, all this shit. Now, that is an old clip, to be fair, but he still tells people to tip now to help support the immediate and all this other shit. He does that now. And he's like, I'm very grateful. I don't know, dude, are you?
Correct? And I agreed with him after watching myself back.
Yes.
This is from like the fall of 2022, okay? After watching myself back, that stuff, I was like, he's right.
He's right.
Absolutely right.
It's critical.
Get so full
he was right.
Of emotion, whether it's
and this is a stupid fucking thing to say. Emotion. Oh man, emotion got the better of you, man. Yeah, all these people who are sad, they just come up to you and say, "Guys, I really need your money right now." Right? Correct?
Because of finances and stuff like that. Or
like this is really stupid. A lot of people get stressed by real life stuff, and you don't see them going online doing this weird shit. I've seen people who have like had it way harder than Phil, and they would have to do like a GoFundMe sometimes or whatever, and it's like always stuff that's like, okay, yeah, this is like pretty important or whatever. But then you see people are just like, oh yeah, man, rent expensive kind of sucks, and then they move on about their day. But DSP, he'll make sure the day off is coming. The impending day off. Come on.
Things. Anger when I'm playing Street Fighters, all these things. Whenever I get full of emotion, I tend to just go off the cuff and say things that I probably should not publicly say.
And you know what? I talked about this yesterday in the fucking Street Fighter segment. This dude was calling people bitches for calling him out for his bad attitude. And then when Critical calls his bad attitude out, oh, he's cool. He's a cool guy, man. He's just making me know I'm human. Emotion, man. But he calls all these people bitches when they feel bad or whatever the fuck. Or they're like, this guy's being negative. And this dude doesn't give a fuck. Yesterday, he told people to get over it, grow some thick skin, all this stuff. But what if they're going through a hard time so they call you out because, they're very stressed and full of emotion? This dude acts as if he's the only person who has emotions. And he has to tell us because we clearly don't understand how emotions work. We're so fucked up, we need DSP to tell us how we should feel. That's where we're at, obviously.
Right?
Right.
And I should be called out for it, rightfully. However...
Should you? I don't know, DSP. People called him out on Twitter and he made fun of them. This dude was like, yeah, DSP's mocking a pro fighting game player. I don't remember the guy's name. And he's like, oh, I never heard of him and you need to grow some thick skin. And all this shit. Like, dude, come on. You're the last person to be doing this right now.
That at that point, there were too many people who had only heard the negative and had no idea about the positive about
this dude assumes the negative out of everybody. He didn't know. He doesn't know who Ninja is. Just knows of what he does, I guess. And it's like, yeah, this guy sucks. And all this stuff. Like, he didn't know anything about Turkey Tom. He didn't know Turkey Tom existed. And then he was like, well, maybe he's negative. Maybe he's a bad guy. All this stuff immediately. He assumes the worst of Wings. Again, someone told him during a PlayStation, Battle Royale game. I think it was a Destruction game. I don't know. It's some game on PS5. And someone, told DSP that, Wings' girlfriend or wife or whatever was doing shit to him, and he's like, wow, that's fucked up. It's like, dude, you don't even know if that's real, and you're just assuming it's true. Oh man.
Obviously, if I'm here after 15 years and I have a community who watches me every day, likes my content and supports it, I'm doing something right. All right, I wouldn't still be here if I wasn't doing something right. There's people who are here for a good, positive reason.
Dude, let's hear this again. You gotta hear it again.
Every day, likes my content and supports it. I'm doing something right. All right? I would be positive about me. Obviously, if I'm here after 15 years and I have a community who watches me every day, likes my content and supports it.
Because you beg them.
Right.
You're begging them.
I wouldn't still be here.
You're a beggar.
If I wasn't doing something right. There's people who
he begs for support. Whatever.
And I felt like it wasn't fair because these big YouTubers who always name drop me never examined that half of it. They only.
This is stupid. This is fucking stupid because it doesn't matter the context. Because you shouldn't be going on stream that you do for a business, correct? And just be like, guys, I need to pay my bills and all this stuff. Again, you go to a bar. Does the fucking waiter or bartender tell you that they have bills coming up and they need the support now, tip now? No. They just do their job. And it's like, come on now, dog. You're streaming games to distract us from real world, and you remind us about money all the time. Come on.
Examine the negative because that's what gets thrown in their face by the toxicity.
It doesn't matter. The context won't excuse it. I'm sorry. Because literally, what was he doing? Let's go as far back as Scorn. Was there any, massive drama that he had to pay off, whatever? No. Unless you want to talk about the fucking, bank leaks, but I think that was, sorted at that point. Whatever. But even after that, you look at the reason begging. It's what's the context? Oh, he's just streaming, and shit happens. Literally, shit just happens. And it's why? What caused this? And it's I don't know. Literally, he would have, pre-streams where he just randomly would demand money. Look at fucking Mario RPG and RoboCop. He wasn't planning on buying RoboCop anyway. Come on now, dog.
YouTube works. Promote the toxic, push the negative forward, right?
Right.
And so I said, if you're going to talk bad about me, why not interview me? Correct? Why not just talk to me directly? Because I felt like if someone would just have a conversation with me to see that I'm a real guy, I'm not just some asshole who you see the negative highlights of, but I'm actually just a real person, perhaps you'd think a little differently. All right. So I presented that.
Oh, this is good. This is good. This is a good segment.
Basically, the only people who contacted me were drama brokers and people who were looking to
drama brokers. Dude, this guy got offers from like smaller channels and he said no. They don't pull the viewership I want. And he's gonna give you this little sad story about how no one gives him a chance, no one talks to him, but people did reach out to him, and he said that their channels are too small and laughed at them. Not literally, but he said no.
Their own presence on YouTube. You know, it wasn't like a Moist Critical who reached out to me and said, yeah, let's do an interview. It was like Review Tech USA, you know. Oh, let's
again. Why is Rich so negative to him? Come on now, dog. And this is also, mind you, about this Rich thing. This happened before the I unbanned you because of your daughter or whatever the fuck, some weird shit like that, and to also brag how much he's giving people second chances. He then says he was interested in talking to him, and then said never mind. Pretty much.
You already every day name drop me because you don't make your own content. You just make drama. You name drop me for drama purposes. You have no content of your own. I'm not going to give you more free content. You're out of your mind.
Yeah, your mind.
I wanted to have a real conversation with someone, and it didn't happen, right?
It didn't happen. People offered, and he said no, they're too small. Nah, no thanks.
Forward to March. And what happened was completely unrelated to anything.
Unrelated. This is low-key kind of bullshit and stupid. He says he wants an interview in November 2022. He said no to a lot of people. He said maybe to some, whatever the fuck. He said he was talking to a few people, and we still don't know who were those people outside of Sidescrollers. He gets contact with Sidescrollers, and that's what instigated it. Him asking for interviews. Like, was Quick always gonna send that email anyway? We don't know. We don't know that. And he's acting as if it wasn't related, but it just happened right after he begged for interviews. How do you know that didn't trigger it, man? Come on.
That realm of discussion, okay? Sidescrollers was a new podcast that was relaunching on the internet. It was a podcast that was run by Stuttering Craig, someone who in the past, over a decade ago, I had great dealings with.
Great dealings. Literally, the only thing I could think of was he said, thank you for giving us a panel. And that's it. Like, I don't think they did anything else with him. He loves to say that they did because, you know, when you're seeing someone else on the internet that's famous and you get to say that you saw them in the same room and you talked to them, you're gonna fucking do shit, right? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, man, I talk to him all the time. That's what the usual, like, normie loser guy like Phil would do. You know what I mean?
Going to a convention as a guest when I was at the height of my YouTube popularity, and it was his convention. He had me there as a guest. Before then, I'd actually hung out with this guy at another convention, MagFest. I was a fan of their website 15 years ago, screwtack.com and stuff like that. So he had reached out to me and said, hey, I know we haven't talked in years, but we're looking for guests for our show. And I said, I'll be a guest. Why not? And I saw their show, and their show was a variety show. Well, their show was a variety show where they would talk about games and news.
Man.
Now it's not anymore. Now they've actually used my interview as a platform to change their show and get popularity.
This is low-key kind of stupid because, dude, you could kind of argue they were doing that already. Because they were getting, like... They got the Angry Video Game Nerd, like, right after DSP. So, like, I kind of feel they were already going to be doing whatever show they're doing now kind of deal is. I mean, they probably wanted to be more gamer-related, to be fair, but then it just kind of drifted to wherever it is. And it's their show. They can do whatever. It's just, it is what it is, man.
We'll talk about that later. So basically...
Let's talk about it later. Don't worry, we'll revisit it.
Guest on your show, but then they completely changed the deal. The deal was originally, I'm just going to be a guest. We'll talk about a variety of topics. It'll be a fun show. Then it becomes, oh, well, what we want to do is we want to be the exclusive place...
Again, DSP said he wanted to do this, and he can't really complain. He could have told them, I don't want to do that, and I want to go to the original plan. I said this before, but if this was not like a formal dealing, like you're not talking to a fucking lawyer or any shit like that, why wouldn't you just say, I don't want to do this. I want to do what we tried initially, and maybe we could do it later, but I just want to do what we what we pitched, if DSP really believed that. But he agreed to it. So he has to own some responsibility to that. You see how fucking bullshit this guy is and how much he doesn't want to accept responsibility for doing an interview? He can't even say, yes, it was me. I fucked up and I did this and that. Instead, it's, they duped me, man. They tricked me. How was it a trick when they told you they wanted to be the end-all be-all or whatever the fuck? Come on. Stop being stupid.
For you to finally get that interview that you've always wanted. I didn't really always want an interview. I only wanted the interview because people were talking so negative.
Oh my god, dude.
What we want to do is we want to be the exclusive place for you to finally get that interview that you've always wanted. I didn't really always want an interview.
This is real bullshit. Real. Because, yeah, that thing he said specifically, I want an interview to do this. Craig was clearly referencing that, so that doesn't mean that it was irrelevant. See, that's what I mean. That's what I said before. How is it unrelated when this is probably in response to his I want to be interviewed video? And then Craig says that because that's what he says in the video. But the other thing that makes it even doubly funny, he would go on and on and on to say, guys, I want people to reach out to me. It's one thing to make fun of me. It's another to make a video about me and not contact me. And all this stuff. He always wanted another chance. And this is what Rich was offering him multiple times throughout his fucking career. And DSP said, no, that's stupid. No. And now we're back to this. This dude been begging for second chances. He gets them, but it has to be opportunistic second chances. Not ones that he can actually just do. Or anything. No. This guy, man.
I only wanted the interview because people were talking so negatively about me, right? So I was promised that this was going to be
and
a fair...
he's saying this as like June the King has been talking to him. Is he not giving you a second chance? This dude is so fucking childish and petty.
Interview where I was going to be able to say my piece about all this stuff that people say about me over the years. And then after the interview, basically, I was going to get to be a guest on the show. That I needed to get through this interview first, but once I did, I could be a guest, and it would be just like everyone else who'd been on the show.
Again, he could have just said, you said this, and that's what I agreed to. I didn't agree to this, so no. He could have just done that, stood his ground. And if, like, Craig was going to make a tweet saying, oh, DSP canceled on us, and all this stuff, then DSP could say, yeah, deal with it. And then he could ban the people that are going to make fun of him, because we're going to make fun of him for doing that anyway, like, So it's like he could have just owned up to it. No, he had to do it.
At that point, for over a month, people have been guests on the show. No one else had to go through an interview, just me, okay? So I do this interview, okay? I get paid nothing for this interview, for the record. It's just...
He says this, but isn't that a good thing? Because you said you don't want people to pay for your time or whatever the fuck. And now he's like, see, that's why he doesn't want to get paid. He wants to, like... hold it over everyone. I did this for free, man. At this point, you just want to do stuff for free so you could bitch about it. That's why he wants to do it for free. And if he doesn't bitch about it, then he benefited from it. So he's doing stuff for free to get the benefit of feeling good. It's really fucking... It's a fetish, honestly, if you think about it. It's like a fucking kink at this point. How much this dude wants to, like... say so badly, I did this for free, man. This fucking guy.
Me giving them over 5 hours of my time. Come to find out, was this a fair interview? No. All they had done was talk to all of my haters and detractors.
Now, get this, right? They just reached out to Twitter. They didn't specifically say, trolls talk to me. So DSP fans could participate. So, with this documentary, Mike C is doing the same thing, Mike Klum, whatever, he's doing that now. He asks people on Kiwi Forums for information, he's getting in contact with trolls, and all this stuff. And it's like, my expectation, again, I think it's going to be a very lukewarm documentary. It's, at worst, it's just going to be quartering levels of like, oh wow, Phil, you're cool, to... a little bit of like Sidescrollers, like awkward, hard-hitting segments. So I think it's gonna be somewhere between there. So I think it's gonna be whatever, ultimately, I don't think this is going to change anything because, again, a lot of the issues that people have with Phil is kind of baked in to who DSP is as a person. So he could have this documentary go out, and even let's say Mike Klum debunks down from the rafters. He officially shows us his WWE Champions account, the actual account, and all this stuff. It's gonna be dropped, and we're gonna see it. It wouldn't make him not a scammer because there's stuff he does that are scam in nature. And other bullshit. Like, you can still argue they waste money. Again, the fight sticks of the Cadillac of fight sticks segment. That is enough to convince me that this dude burns money, because he could have put that money towards a gaming PC, because if you knew every so often he gets like $400 of money he could just kind of put out or like set aside, just do that. No, can't possibly do that. So this guy just burns money on stuff he wants, not stuff that like would benefit the business in a real sense.
Like weeks, got all of their negative side of the story, literally never spoke to a single person about the positive side of things.
Wasn't Derek in the Sidescrollers chat though? He was there.
And so they went into the interview with the mindset that they wanted to get me to confess to all these heinous things that I had done over the years. Wow, that's a great way to approach an interview, is And so they went into the interview with the mindset that they wanted to get me to confess all these heinous things that I had done over the years.
They only tried to get him to confess to the WWE Champions part, because that's where Adam said, God, Craig, you sound like you're trying to get a confession. And it's just kind of silly, because they were asking him questions, and he was answering them. That's how it works. Whatever.
Wow, that's a great way to approach an interview, isn't it? They lied and told everyone that the next day after the interview, they were going to have a decompression show where they play games, and then they were going to have a follow-up interview with me later. None of that happened.
This is bullshit. They told us a decompression stream, whatever. And the thing is, yesterday, again, the fucking Street Fighter segment, DSP said, I don't know why the FGC is being so offended. Okay, they're just a bunch of like bitches, dude. They're just weak-skinned, stupid people, because I said what I said on my private stream. It's not like I went to their forums and this and that and told them this. I said on my own private stream. So Craig says shit about DSP on his own private stream, and DSP is mad about it. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You can't.
After the interview, instead they did a hit piece on me. Basically, for a whole day, they just crapped on me and made all negative references and took in a ton of money, thousands of dollars they received.
But what references? They just said, yeah, I mean, I think it was it was really a rough interview, blah, 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 blah. Like, come on.
And haters, not only that day, but they continued to milk this for weeks on end and months. It was months later. Stuttering Craig was trying to get me on the show or get onto my content. He wanted to play Street Fighter 6 with me.
Oh my God.
To milk this for weeks on end and months. It was months later. Stuttering Craig was trying to get me on the show or get onto my content.
It was kind of a goofy segment of Craig's life, to be fair. I mean, he had monetized the hate, which is like, it got really annoying pretty fast. It was a DSP tier kind of thing. It was kind of wild, honestly, if you think about it. But he moved on from that too. But he just wanted to play Street Fighter. You could have played Street Fighter, and he could, and DSP could have done it, beat him, and then be like, yeah, man, look at that, I beat his ass, and all this stuff. Like, he had an opportunity to like embarrass Craig, right? It could have been like a revenge thing. Like, Craig made me look bad on his stream. I'm gonna make him look like shit on mine and beat him in Street Fighter. Think about that.
Wanted to play Street Fighter 6 with me. This guy would not stop. Basically, he saw me as a big...
But what if he didn't... But what if Craig, like, didn't take offense? And I was like, okay, I mean, hey, man, he didn't like the interview. Okay, cool. Let's hang out. What if that was what he wanted to do? Just because, like, trolls are around to give Craig money for doing that doesn't really mean he's... Like, it's really one of those things DSP would freak out about. Think about it. We are talking about how fucking Craig feels about fucking playing Street Fighter 6 with him. we all have to decipher what is going through Craig's mind doing that. Now, if we did that about DSP, he'd say we're fucking stalkers and fucked up and this and that. If we said, oh, he's playing Baldur's Gate 3 for the tips or whatever, he would call us lunatics. But he's sitting here telling us how Craig would feel and why he would want to play him and all this other bullshit. This dude, man, you know what? You know, like a banger, I decided I had to like fucking smoke to do this fucking video, and it's like a fourth eye moment. It's like, well, we're finally getting into things, you know what I mean?
Cash cow, and he wanted to keep riding those coattails. Now, since that show, all right,
this dude,
they have basically gotten some notoriety in the conservative political community, which is hilarious because when they started.
Oh, let's hear this again.
All right. They have basically gotten some notoriety in the conservative political community, which is hilarious because when they started the show, they always said there was not going to be about politics.
I mean, it is kind of goofy. He just goes straight to conservative and all that stuff, which I kind of get. But the thing is, ultimately, the audience that they're like pulling now are just anti-woke people and all this other kind of shit. Like that's the community that they're like focusing on, because it's just typical YouTube like viewer base. It's kind of whatever. You could criticize them for like, this isn't like mostly gaming and the stuff that they're talking about, like I'm getting kind of tired of it. Like a lot of stuff I don't agree with a lot of the shit they see on their show. So it's like, that's all I'll say. We don't need to go further than that. But I would just say, you could argue just saying that they went from being a gaming podcast to doing what they're doing now. And it's just kind of like, you know, fucking low-hanging fruit, if anything.
Now the only attention they get is when they talk about politics, and they've turned it into
like
a right-wing
stupid
political show. That's their show now.
That's their show now.
All bolstered by when I was on it. And by the way, my interview continues to be the most watched thing they've ever done.
And then brags about the interview again. Brags about the interview again. But I thought you didn't like it. But the other thing is, look how he's like judging their content, telling what kind of audience they're like attracting and all this stuff. Now, like, personal beliefs aside, man, DSP would get upset if people assume the audience he's trying to attract. So he's assuming all of the people that Sidescrollers is attracting is them purposely going after right-wing conservative people and all this stuff. How does he know that? If I say, oh, DSP's attracting kids with his commentary by saying poo jokes or whatever, he'd say that's incorrect because he has adults or whatever in his audience. Like, how does he know the audience, to be fair? Like, you know, call a spade, man.
The interview never actually did anything.
What's the basis of this?
In the realm of what I wanted. The whole point of the interview that I wanted to do was that people who don't know about me can watch the interview, learn, and
wait.
The interview never actually did anything in the realm of what I wanted. The whole point of the interview that I wanted to do.
Okay, what was the point?
Was that people who don't know about me can watch the interview, learn, and then there's no questions anymore about that stuff.
So the interview was gonna be like, oh, we're gonna talk about like your history and you as a YouTuber, whatever the fuck, and all this stuff. They do that. Oh, they're trying to get me to confess. Now it's like, this is what I wanted, but I didn't want this, but I wanted this. Like, this dude is so opportunistic. He only wants stuff to work for him. If it doesn't work out, it wasn't what they said. Like, what do you think goes into an interview like this? Come on.
In the end, all that interview ever did was it went around my detractor circles. That's it. It didn't actually hit me.
Which, by the way, he said was the point of the fucking video. Oh, you notice that all the trolls are not in my chat? Because of the Sidescrollers. They're there now because I did the interview. So they're there hanging out with him. And all this stuff. He said it was working and it was all this stuff. Now he didn't want it. Okay.
No one really cared about that interview outside
no one
of
cared.
the detractors. So it didn't really get to serve the purpose. But I'll say this. At the very least, basically all the bullshit about those negative things, those questions, those accusations, the conspiracies, it all went away. If you don't notice, no one really comes on my stream and talks about it anymore because I've already said my piece and I'm not wasting time anymore with that shit. I'm done with it. I told you guys, I'm done with those topics. We're done with it, right?
Correct.
So, after that, I made it my philosophy to stay out of drama, and I said I'm not going to be
My
doing interviews, I'm not
philosophy.
gonna be doing any kind of anything with anyone, even though people did reach out to me. Oh, I want to interview.
This is so stupid. Like, I hate when he does this shit, because at the time when he announces I'm not doing interviews, he says definitives and like, I will never do this ever again. I'm never gonna be scammed again. All this shit. Like, then the next day, okay, I'm doing an interview, but it's not like these other things. I said I wouldn't do it that year anymore or whatever. And it's like, dude, you were far more definitive back then, but this dude has a weak ass back, both literally and metaphorically.
Feeling this or that. Even what's his name, Mudahar or whatever. He
Mudahar.
Oh, I'm gonna pay you $5,000 for an interview, and I said I don't want your money. I'll do an interview. But we're not talking about this drama. I've already addressed it.
No drama.
All the conspiracies are just that. I'm not wasting my time. If you want to have an intelligent discussion about interesting topics, I'll do it. The moment you bring up drama, I'm gone. And then he ghosted me and never contacted me ever again.
Dude, he said, I want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. And I was like, see, he wanted to do drama. He just asked to talk about one thing, and you said no. Like, that's, like, come on.
Because all these people want is drama. They don't actually want to talk about facts like fucking mature adults. All they want is milk drama so they can make money on YouTube. They're all fucking greedy.
They're all fucking greedy,
So
man.
anyway.
Now, I'm going to do this documentary with Mike Klum. Because apparently Mike Klum is doing it for fun, dude. Obviously.
I stayed out of it. Completely, 100%.
Completely.
And I didn't address any more of this bullshit for the rest of 2023, and things went smoothly. However, there were still people who tried to pull me in, right? These idiots trying to get me to go
What about June the Cuck? He told us June the King was reaching out to him. Whatever.
a podcast that I was never involved in whatsoever, and they lied about that and tried to make shit up and talk.
Wait, what?
However, there were still people who tried to pull me in, right? These idiots trying to get me to go on a fucking podcast that I was never involved in whatsoever, and they lied about that and tried.
Oh, I think it was It's either Sidescrollers stuff, but I don't think it is. It's probably the Lolcow podcast, because he said the same stuff. They thought that I was involved. They can kick me out because I wasn't involved. And it's like, okay, baby.
To make shit up and talking shit about me. People making documentaries about me, right?
Why does Turkey Tom get the air quotes, but like Frederick Knudsen and June, they're documentarians. They're auteurs of documentaries. But Turkey Tom, oh, he makes a documentary. Like, okay, dude.
Hilarious. The whole term
Hilarious.
is hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
If all you
for
do
YouTubers
is research shit that's already on the internet and you regurgitate it.
Oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. Especially when he fucking talk like, oh my god. The fucking phone. And it's fucking spam. It's a fucking spam number. And they're like, oh, we're gonna fucking I'm doing a video, stupid. Oh my god. The phone is like so far away. Fuck it. There we go, finally. Silenced it. This dude, man, he like, when you watch documentaries, they're researching facts to give to you. Like, that's kind of the point. Because he, like, for example, like McMillions is a documentary on HBO Max about the Monopoly McDonald's thing that they were doing. That stuff is recorded in history. You can like read up on it, but there's still a documentary series about it because you may not want to read all these like news stories and all this stuff. Like, that's what documentaries are innately. Come on.
To a 2-hour video, and all you do is add a little bit of commentary. That's not a documentary. Everyone else did work for you. All you did was regurgitate the toxicity and the conspiracy. You added really nothing besides a little bit of commentary on top.
Nothing.
That's not a
You
documentary.
added nothing.
It doesn't even add anything. All it does is kind of summarize all the.
What the fuck does he think a documentary is? Like, what's it supposed to add? It's just whatever. Okay.
Shit people have said. So, with all that going on, right? People come, oh, will you do an interview with the guy who did the documentary and this or that? And ultimately, I said, no, I'm not doing any of that, right?
And again, he's calling these people documentarians and all this stuff when they never call themselves that. They're just YouTubers and they make videos. And he's like, documentarians. Yeah, this is a documentary. Yeah, well, did they call themselves a documentarian when they made it?
Funny part is, someone actually asked me a question last year, and it resonated with me.
Oh
They
my
said,
God, it
Phil, all these
resonated.
people on the internet are constantly talking negatively about you.
Oh, another banger moment.
Any of these people, do they ever actually like reach out to you to talk to you?
Oh
right?
my.
Did they ever go to you for information or to get your side of the story?
This dude. One, I reached out to him. I emailed him. This was during the Olive Garden. Was it Olive Garden? Olive Branch days. So he's like, oh, okay, guys, since the escrow was fake, here's the thing. I'll reach out and I'll give you an olive branch. If there's anything you want to know, email me. So I emailed him. Never got a response. Never did. Got ghosted, dude. So that's like one instance. Someone reached out. He ignored it. Then he also had other people reach out to him, like Rich, smaller channels, and he turned them down. And he's like, oh, don't really reach out to me. Those people did. Those people reached out to him and he turned him down. And he then went on to brag about turning people down as well over the years. So this is such bullshit. Like, if you just objectively look at it, it's bullshit. It's complete trash. Because this happened. It's the same shit. No one gives me a second chances, but so many people gave him a second chance all the time. And they're not good enough. They're not good enough to be considered to him. So he always says he's never been given a second chance. How do you think Swaggins is a mod now, Phil? He went from, like, saying you're a cool fucking streamer to then shitting on you for being bad at Sekiro and Resident Evil 2. Then he came back to you and said you're cool, became a mod for you. Isn't that giving you a second chance? Oh my God, come on.
And I answered very honestly, no, not once. In all this time, 15 years I've been on YouTube and all the negative videos and the documentaries and everything done, not once has anyone ever made a legit effort.
Blatant lie, bold ass lie. This is the strongest lie that he has given. Because this is not true, factually not true.
To get my actual side of anything. Instead, it's always we believe all the toxic shit and
hey, where is this?
I want you to speak
the
truth.
Just report the toxic shit and that's it. Even the Sidescrollers interview, which at first seemed like it was going to be neutral, was revealed to be an actual attempt to get me to be.
This dude said it was fair for like so long. Come on.
Fess up to shit I didn't do for their own purposes. They want
all they wanted. The thing that he brings up about the confession thing is very important to note. They were discussing about getting information about the WWE Champions account. DSP was considering emailing it to him. That's not really confessing if you're just debunking, right? Correct? Because again, yeah, you're assumed to be innocent. You know, guilty, innocent until proven guilty or whatever the fuck. But in order for that to, but if you're on trial, like the reason why that works in trial is so that you're looking at the evidence to determine if they're guilty. That's all the saying is. So you still have to prove your innocence, even though they're assuming you're innocent. They're not, like, it's such a bare surface level minimum to just look at him sometimes. Like, okay, we're gonna assume he didn't do it. But then you look at the evidence and you think he did do it. Now, you go to court and you're like, okay, did he do it? Well, let's see. Let's figure it out. He was supposed to show the WWE Champions account to Craig, and he could say, oh, no, he's innocent. And they're like, okay, he's innocent. Okay, and then that's it. But no. Instead, he's like, oh, look, you're supposed to assume I'm innocent, so I did what I needed to do. It's like, that's not how it works, stupid. Like, come on.
To be the group to, oh my God, look, we did it. We got Darkside Phil to spill the beans on everything, and now we can be.
But what if they wanted to brag about proving you right? See, this is so weird. He's saying this like, oh, as if they only want him to be guilty. But if he had such strong evidence to show that he was innocent, then why didn't he show that? Like, Because if you think about it, he kind of gave them the golden egg. Like, he kind of gave him the golden ticket of brag because he's never going to admit it. And now on their same interview, they've already set the mind image of no matter what he'll show, it could be doctored. So they already like kind of threw that out there to kind of solidify people denying whatever he's gonna show if he's gonna show it in this new documentary. It's complete nonsense. You're just supposed to assume negative, but if he was innocent, he could just show them, and then he could say, "Yeah, man, now and look at them. They have to say that I'm innocent." Like imagine the massive W that would be for him, though. Like this is what's so like stupid about this attitude he has, where it's like, "Oh, they tried to do this, and I didn't give it to them." But if you had bragging rights, like if you showed to Craig that you weren't down from the rafters, and he has to say on his show that it's not that DSP is innocent, massive W for Phil. He will be like, it's like they try to tear me down, but look at them now. They have a video saying I'm innocent of WWE champions, and he could have like the little tuxedo smile moment. Like, come on.
Notable because of it, and it didn't work. Because it's not, the shit they were trying to get me to do wasn't true to begin with, so obviously it never was going to work. These people were fucked up, all right?
But it did kind of work, though. Think about it.
Basically, I stayed out.
Again, the people who give him money, they don't care. And they keep telling DSP, we don't care. Honestly, he should just say he's down from the rafters, even if it's not true. Because his whales, the important people, man, have all said they don't care. They love Phil that much. They want him to spend money. I bet they'd be okay if he became a coke addict. Oh, Phil, you use that to buy coke? That's fine, man. I don't care.
Of all of this, all year. But, all right?
I mean, and think about it. They at least know for sure their money is being used. They can give him money knowing that he at least spends their money.
Always in the back of my head, I'm always wondering, and I've told you guys this too, I don't think anyone's ever going to give me a fair shake on the internet. I just don't believe it. It seems like everyone is out for the drama. Everyone's out for
no one, but I'm going to trust Mike Gloom, Clum, whatever the fuck, to do this documentary. I'm going to trust him. Okay.
Personal gain. What's better? To completely spin something in a way that makes me look horrible for clickbait views that will benefit you, or to actually show me in a fair light. I'm not even saying show me in a positive light. I'm saying show me in a fair light.
But what if they do and you don't think it's fair? Like the Sidescrollers probably upload that interview or did that interview like thinking, this is fair. Oh, we're being fair to him. And then DSP said it was fair, then said, never mind, it wasn't fair. But that's how he felt. He could feel that way, sure, but that doesn't really make it true either. You know what I mean? No matter what. Like, again, it could also go the other way, where a quick upload thing is not fair, but it really isn't fair, right? Like, it's unfair and all this other shit. That could be true too. But since it's whatever, why talk about this like this? You know what I mean? Like, it makes it more questionable. Like, would we have to be making videos that please him to be fair? What if that he's not happy with it? Like, come on, think about it.
To actually have another side of the story, to see what it's actually like from my perspective, to go through this, to live through all of this slander and nonsense that's happened to me for all these years, to just be a guy trying to get by with my community and having a good time and ignoring all the bullshit, and then having to hear that constantly this stuff is going on outside, right?
Right.
So, basically, all right, I got contacted by someone who is a neutral party. Someone who does not stand to benefit.
See, this is so funny to me. Because he said this about the Sidescrollers too. Meerkat brought it up. I watched his restream of this a little bit before it started. And he said this is just a new game plus run of the Sidescrollers. And it is. But the thing that's really, really funny is he listed why people do negative stuff and how it can benefit you. And now he's saying that this guy can't benefit from it. Because he's a documentarian? He has that in his head that he's a documentarian, and so therefore it cannot, be that. If he had the insinuation that the dude was drama first, he wouldn't say this. But since this is the first time you talked to him, and he just okay documentarian guy, and he fell for the marketing of the Boogie documentary, looking so professional. I mean, it wasn't that it was bad. I'm not gonna say it's an unprofessional video, but at the end of the day, it's a YouTube video.
By actually portraying me in an incredibly negative way, because it basically, let me put it this way.
Let me put it this way.
If
Get a
you're
load of
someone
this.
who wants to actually make real content, if you're not someone who's a drama hound,
Again, what's his criteria? How does he know that Tricky Tom is a drama hound guy? How does he not know he's a documentarian? Why? Like, he's lauding these titles over other YouTubers and then just having arbitrary requirements to be a certain thing, and it's not equal or equivalent. Like, this is just stupid. This is just him, like, excusing himself from going back on what he said last year, where he said he wouldn't want to do any videos with anyone ever because of the negativity that happened, blah, 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 and how the Sidescrollers damaged his community. So that's like, to me, my opinion on this documentary shit, it gets to me more that DSP kind of like keeps going back on his word so many times. More angry at that than like the person reaching out to him, because that's gonna be whatever. At the end of that documentary, it's either just gonna be like lukewarm, like standard video, like okay, yeah, this goes through the history, whatever. The best case scenario is that it's just gonna be like sad and depressing and stupid, because DSP deserves stupidity in his life. He earns it, but like that's where I think it's gonna be. Oh my god, what was my point? Fuck.
you're not someone who is, again, a Keemstar.
But yeah, that's what I expect from this documentary. Is just that normal shit. But I forget why I brought that up. There was a reason too. Oh my god.
A review tech, someone who all of
A
your
review
content
tech.
is based on making someone look bad, correct?
Correct.
If you're someone who actually wants to make legit content.
Yeah,
then you
okay. A real video. What does that mean? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That documentary that guy's gonna do, like that Boogie documentary, at the end of the day, it was a YouTube video. It was just a YouTube video. A well-produced YouTube video. Like, this is kind of like the stuff you see in the early days of YouTube. Oh my god, I hope this does not go back to Phil. Because this is gonna sound very fucking ridiculous. But you would see these people who do like these fan films, like the Hole Punch and Schnoz. Schnoz made a Hole Punch. Oh my god. So you have that. Hole Punch. Oh my god. I thought whatever. That, where it's like a small film that they're trying to like prove themselves with and make their own stuff. And you've seen that a lot. A lot of YouTube filmmakers just do this kind of stuff. Whatever. They fuck around on YouTube. And that may go into something else that may stop there. And I kind of feel the documentary is like this YouTube, like it's kind of funny that DSP doesn't even talk about this aspect of YouTube, but there was a whole era of like YouTube video essays. There's a lot of them. And that became a thing. And now we have documentaries. This is the current thing that's going on YouTube, where people are just doing documentaries and like working it out and, doing that kind of shit. Gina Samuel does multiple documentaries as well, outside of Chris Chan. So it's just people just doing documentaries. But it's still YouTube videos. It's just the type of YouTube video, but like, how is it a real video versus Turkey Tom that did the same thing? Whatever. Okay.
Have to be fair. Because the moment that you're not, who else would ever want to work with you again, right?
But this is kind of stupid to say, because there's a lot of documentarians that don't do a lot of good work, right? Right, correct? They may lean one way or the other. They may not have the full facts. They may misconstrue facts or whatever. They still get to make movies. Like, Morgan Spurlock still is doing movies, I think. They did Super Size Me, that Super Size Me 2. They had that weird NBC TV series. I can't forget about it, because it's so funny how much of a failure that show is. But he gets all these opportunities. He's still in the industry probably. I don't know what he's doing now. I mean, who fucking knows? But there's all this stuff that happens. And Mike Glummy, whatever the fuck, can then just sell to studios or to other people. I can get people on my show and I can surprise them. You know, like, there are definitely videos or documentarians that kind of do that. Like, oh, we told them one thing and we got them baited or whatever the fuck. Like, shit like that happens all the time. Come on.
If you portray someone in an unfair way that makes them look awful, then no one else is ever going to want to work with you either. You understand? It has to be some way where you're actually being fair to the subject matter. All right?
Right?
So, basically, I was contacted by Mike Klum, who recently did a documentary on Boogie. And before everyone freaks out about this, because I know a lot of people saw the Boogie documentary and were like, wow, that documentary was not positive.
I watched it with the Piece of Peace filter, dude.
All the weaknesses of Boogie, all the shortcomings, the fact that he basically pissed his life away, all his money away, that he's a toxic guy who falls into drama, and he has all these issues.
These issues, you're right.
But that's what they wanted to do with that documentary.
How does he know what they wanted to do with the documentary? Did Boogie come out and say, I want to make a sad, depressing documentary? Or was he saying that he wanted to do a documentary about his life and the highs and lows and all this other shit? Which is what this documentary is going to be. If you think about it.
And that's actually what they wanted to portray in that documentary. That was the whole point.
Like, this is low-key kind of a backhanded insult or a hidden insult. Because listen to what he's talking about about his fucking documentary. They chose to make Boogie look sad and pathetic. Like, just insulting him off the bat.
To show that side of his life, which I guess they felt had never been really revealed before.
Oh my god.
That's exactly what they were going for, okay? I was contacted by Mike, and he says, basically, this is fascinating. There's people out there who want to see a documentary.
This is fascinating.
About you, but he didn't know that much about me, okay? So, by the way, and just for the record, this was months ago. This was not yesterday. This was months ago, okay, where we actually began talking behind the scenes about stuff like this. And basically, through a series of conversations.
Yeah, they probably started talking when the first instance of him saying, there's going to be big things coming in 2024, which was a month ago. Funny how that works.
Okay. That I had with this guy. As I explained my story to him, he was basically like, so this is completely different from Boogie. Yeah, it's not even close. My life is nothing like his.
Are these people stupid? Like, are these people like... That you know, now that I think about what is being said, at least what DSP is conveying, which, you know, take a giant grain of salt from what DSP says and how he says what the other people said, because he embellishes a lot. But there's no way Mike Klum looks at DSP and just said, wow, you're not like Boogie at all. Yeah, they're all different. People are different. Whoa. You're telling me that lollicos have different living conditions? I mean, like, do we really need to bring up the Chris Chan situation and what happened there? I mean, Chris Chan's a lolcow too. Think about it. If they're all lolcows, why do they have such very different lives? You know what I mean? Come on.
I'm not in the situation he's in. You know, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, and other people can disagree.
Like, would Mike Klum say this about LTG? Wow, LTG, that's totally different from DSP and Boogie. He'd probably be like, oh, get that S-Band, get out of here.
I feel like
stupid
my
bitch.
Position is a much better position than his. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my god.
People can disagree. I feel like in my
ego boast
position is a much better
situation. He's in a better situation. Just keep in mind, this dude was hyping up losing his house. That's why he had the Twitch account name back in the day called Save the House. Save that house. It was a literal detractor meme. Because he kept telling you, if I don't make it through December, guys, I'm going to sell the house. Oh my god. And all this stuff. And then he lightly hyped up that he might go to jail for bankruptcy or whatever the fuck. Like, these were things that happened on his fucking streams. and he's in a better position than Boogie. I mean, okay. I mean, I guess we haven't gotten to the point where DSP's on his hands and knees, crawling and begging for forgiveness.
Position than his. You know what I mean? Like him, he's.
And it's really funny he tells us that he doesn't have a sad life and all this stuff when we literally had we had this little banger. Where is it?
Oh.
No, that's completely the opposite.
Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has.
That segment. My life has been tough. My life has been tough. But it's not gonna be a sad documentary, guys.
Horrible health. Financially, he's distraught. He can't make ends meet. He's desperate.
How does he know?
He's on things like this.
He's desperate. That's why he's doing these things.
Show where he's getting on his hands and knees and being mistreated by
dude, like I don't feel shit about Boogie doing that when it comes to anyone else. Like if everyone else made fun of him for that and mentioned it, whatever. But the fact that we got to DSP gonna continuously like hold it over Boogie's head, that is true sadness. That, like, imagine this guy holding that over you. You're just doing your thing with Wings and Keemstar, then DSP is over here saying he was on his hands and knees, and this could be like in 2050, and he'll be bringing that up about him being on his hands and knees, and then like in 2050, Rich will say, the nut burst in May 1st or whatever the fuck, and DSP will cry about it. That's where we're at. Like, come on.
Star to make money. He's in a real desperate way, right? That's very much not the case.
So why does he shit on Boogie then if he's in such a bad living condition? Think about it. Think about what this fucker said, right? No one feels bad for him. No one gives him the benefit of the doubt, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, like, Boogie's in such a desperate situation. He shits on the guy and, like, doesn't give a fuck about him. Why did you help him, Phil? Help him out of that bad situation.
Okay.
Get involved.
I have a successful business. I enjoy coming to stream with you guys every day. I love what I do for a living. I'm making it happen, right?
Making it happen.
Out of a
he's a real mover in the industry.
Which happened already, and I'm climbing out of it. It's slow progress.
Wait, what?
What I do for a living. I'm making it happen, right? I'm getting out of a horrible financial position in my life. Which
yeah, just over time you get out of bankruptcy in like 7 years or whatever the fuck. Like it's just the natural progression of time. He's not doing any manual work to do that, by the way.
And I'm climbing out of it. It's slow progress, but it's definitely progress, right? My story is basically that even though I've made all of these improvements over the years, and I am not representative of what people make me out to be anymore. Maybe one.
This is only true to these stupid baby people who are like, oh, Phil, the trolls say you're like toxic every second of the day, and you're like not that at all. Like, yeah, of course he's not mega toxic every fucking second of every living second on the planet, and he's not begging for millions and millions of dollars. Oh, this is a good image. This is the rare ceiling demon. The one time the demon showed up on the ceiling, he was like, what the fuck, you're usually in the corner.
10, 15 years ago, I was really bad. I was obstinate, I was stubborn, I was stupid, I said and did awful things, right? And I got away with it.
Okay, get a load of this, right? So he said he got like a package of toxicity sent to Twitch and Teespring and all this stuff to get him banned. And now he's saying, oh, I did all this stuff and I got away with it. But you just got in trouble with it. Oh, because it's like irrelevant now. What? No, stupid. You got called out.
Basically. And now here we are 15 years later, and I'm still able to run a business, albeit a much smaller scale business to what I used to do. But
So you didn't get away with it then. I mean, even if we take out the fucking Twitch shit, like, he was on the decline. Even in like 2014. Shit just went downhill for him. Like, over time. So it wasn't really these memes he's saying that they are. Where it's like, oh, You know, I said negative things and nothing happened. I mean, the viewership declining is what happened, stupid.
Still popular. I still have a fan base, and people still talk about me, right? The problem is constant misrepresentation. And you might say, well, I don't get it because you already...
How is he massively misrepresented? He has so many people giving him the benefit of the fucking doubt. Come on.
Everything. You're right. I have addressed all of the bullshit and nonsense out there. However, I addressed it here, right? And no one listens to me when I say it on my own content. No one. This is me talking to my audience who already, it's like what do they call it? You're preaching to the choir.
This is stupid because he's literally talking about like hearing what other people think. But again, if they truly like your content, they'll just show up. Like, come on, dude.
You guys already know the deal, right? The fact is, no one. This is me talking to my audience who already, it's like what do they call it? You're preaching to the choir. You guys already know the deal, right?
Right.
The fact is, most people don't.
Yeah, but like, and this dude also says how he wants his content to speak for itself and all this other stuff. Where's that? Like, wouldn't that get them to check you out? Don't you want them to do that and not like go to someone else? Like, this is...
There's no central place
whatever.
you can go on the internet for the story of Darkside Phil. It's this detractor content, this documentary that's way outdated and has outdated information, this documentary that just regurgitates the detractor conspiracy theories. There's literally nowhere you can go to say, I want to learn about Darkside Phil. Why does everyone talk about this guy? I don't get it.
Why are you talking about this guy?
And get an actual answer that's fair.
This is stupid.
Theories. There's literally nowhere you can go to say, I want to learn about Darkside Phil. Why does everyone talk about this guy?
If you want to know why people are talking about this guy, why not just like they would just watch the video? Like, I think to me, it's kind of evident why, why you dislike this guy. But I think the more apt question when people see detractor videos is when did you start or like whatever, and that's more on that video maker dude. But like you could kind of assume this dude says a lot of dumb shit, and that's why people make videos about him. Like, come on.
I don't get it.
And
get an actual answer that's fair and makes sense. Okay? And so, after having talked to Mike, all right?
To
the
Michael.
idea that we came up with was to do a documentary that's going to, for the first time ever, and I'm going to talk to Mike, all right? The idea that we came up with was to do a documentary that's going to, for the first time ever, and I'm going to say this, likely for the last time ever, cover my actual real story.
Cover the real
Me
story.
growing up, what it was like, right?
Oh, man, this is so corny as fuck. I grew up on the mean streets of Bridgeport, Connecticut, though... I don't know. I feel a lot of people in Connecticut think Bridgeport's also a bad place, but whatever. We don't have to get into that. But the mean streets of Bridgeport, Connecticut, and then it's like he wanted a bicycle, but he realized the neighborhood was too dangerous, so he was like, I can't use this bike, Dad, and they got rid of it. Funny how they were able to throw it out and it not get stolen. Think about it. And then they're gonna talk about tea. Oh shit, tea's gonna get milked again. No. Yeah, they get approving Howard's point. Howard with his evergreen comment.
You know,
he doesn't give it.
When I was a kid, asked my parents, what was it like raising Phil and stuff like that.
His parents are gonna be in the documentary. Okay, you know what? If anything, that might be the gold dust. I hope we hear what they sound like and how they talk, because I guarantee they don't sound like this fucking robot. They're probably gonna sound like normal people, and then we're all gonna be wondering, how did DSP sound so dumb? And then we're gonna theorize that maybe like DSP just really had an affinity to bleach or glue or something as a kid, and that fucked him up, from then on.
Right. Going through the arcade days,
Glue
the
Eater,
days, growing up in arcades, and how it became this kind of
okay, let's hear this again.
Stuff like that, right?
Growing up with Phil.
Going through the arcade days, going through the Street Fighter days, growing up.
Yeah.
What it was
Sorry.
like when I was a kid. Asked my parents, what was it like raising Phil?
What was it like raising Phil? This dude, the ego, the ego. How was it raising Phil? It seems oh my god, it seems that Phil's a very special guy. How was he when he was young? Like, well, we had to give him a little helmet. And he would keep saying there was nothing he could do when he would get a math problem wrong. He would put 2 + 2 = 10, and we'd be like, Philip, you did everything correct, but that's not it. And then he would yell, what the fuck? That's not what he told me. When you're teaching math, you're supposed to, explain how math works, stupid.
And stuff like that, right? Going through the arcade days, going through the Street Fighter days, growing up in arcades, and how it became this kind of, how do they say, almost fraternity culture. And shit talking was encouraged, right?
How was it encouraged? This is so corny as fuck, because I guarantee if you talk to anyone in the FGC, they were just like, yeah, maybe just shit talk, and that was it. That was it. No one said, yeah, we told everyone, you got shit talk too. Yeah, man, let's all shit talk. No one talks like this. It's like encouraged. What does that even mean? How do they encourage that? Come on, stupid.
Carried into my competitive Street Fighter career in the 2000s is how.
And what he was doing was worse. This is complete cringe and stupid. He told people that they should beat him up and all this stuff. He was being such a a baller in a way to just fucking throw his weight around. And then when it comes to paying up, I'm an alcoholic, dude. Please have pity on me. And then they leave him alone. Bitch mindset over here. And he's like, yeah, man, I was encouraged to shit talk and this and that. Dude, you're the worst. The worst. Because he would just start shit and then he would bitch out of it. And then be like, oh, I was drunk, man. That was my depression. Dude, come on.
Part of who I was for a very long time. How eventually, after having a back injury and deciding to quit competitive Street Fighter, how that turned into a job becoming a YouTuber. Right? And how
But you didn't want to make it your job. You fell into it despite videos saying you wanted to do it as a job. But okay.
Got this popularity doing content on YouTube that not very many people were doing. Right? The improv commentary style.
Improv commentary style. Nobody was doing it. No one would have thought to put on a mic and play a video game. That was such rare tech. No one would ever come up with on their own. We needed Phil to discover it. Come on.
Right? I was the innovator of the video game playthrough back in the day.
No, you weren't. Nope.
But most people wouldn't give me credit for that because they wanted.
Dude, this dude says this, but he brags about how he inspired PewDiePie, then shits on PewDiePie.
Person or this person. I was the person who made it mainstream popular on YouTube.
No, Christian did. Think about it.
Decided to run with it.
Christian literally made a video about him playing fucking Animal Crossing, and then Christian sent it to Nintendo. Think about it. He was the first, and he sent an official thing to Nintendo.
Do it differently, but I was the guy who made that improv commentary style popular. All right? Then, after that, the entire story of how I became popular for a 2 or 3 year period. I was one of the top YouTubers, but then how This Is How You Don't Play soured public opinion again. All right?
Wait, all right.
After that, the entire story of how I became popular for a 2 or 3 year period. I was one of the top YouTubers, but then how This Is How You Don't Play soured public opinion against me. How it turned the crowd against me.
Again, he says he wants to blame This Is How You Don't Play so bad, but it was just purely his reaction to it. And the video was just a video. Literally, all the video was pretty much this.
Are you gonna boo-hoo or are you gonna yeehaw? All right, you gonna boo-hoo or are you gonna yeehaw?
That's it. That's all. And he chose to boo-hoo. He chose the boo-hoo route. And instead of just be like, yo, yeah, man, what a funny video. And then, but instead he was toxic. And people were like, this guy is fucking easily offended and could be easily riled up. And people just start doing it more and more to him. And then that relationship seeped onto his viewers because he would just be toxic to everyone.
How that affected me, how these groups of
Are you
detractors
gonna boo-hoo,
formed
or are you
online
gonna
social
yeehaw? All right.
communities around hating on me, and how
Social communities,
they
okay.
staged everything, how they staged attacks against me to ruin the business, and how I went on a big decline as a result of stagnation and bad choices on my part, but just as much their actions as well. And
Yeah, but a lot of their actions were reactions too. Like, I mean, come on.
all of that in a way that, number one, covers facts, but also is entertaining. Because ultimately, the last thing you want to do is have a documentary about someone that's boring.
No, you know what's funny? He says that, oh, people have books made about you? Oh, like, yeah, that's, like, very egotistical, and I would never do that, man. Who are you? You're just a stupid YouTuber, and all this other shit. As this dude is doing fucking documentaries and doing films and saying that we're gonna ask his parents how was it raising Phil? Come on.
Okay?
Oh, dude, you know what that means? It's gonna double down on the fucking Wolverine story, and honestly, no fucking parent is gonna be like, yo, yeah, Phil was so mean when we said no on the this. He did tell us that we're stupid or whatever. And then if they show them the clip, let's say, they're gonna say, oh yeah, man, that's just funny, that's hilarious. But come on, like, because like, come on.
That
Unless his parents like secretly hate him.
documentary is sad. I don't want to make a documentary about me that's sad. What's the point? I don't want people crying and having a sob story about Darkside Phil. My life,
Dude, literally, we got the my life's been tough. It has. And you claim to be depressed and suffer depression. I kind of don't think that depressed people, like, I don't know, like, would see their lives as being happy, you know?
life is not a sob story. It's interesting. People have said, would you ever write an autobiography or whatever? Maybe one day I would.
Maybe,
but I never really...
maybe. He shot on so many people for having a book. There's an Instagram photo of him looking at PewDiePie's book at the time and said that this was stupid or whatever. He like insulted it and said it was so stupid and thinks that YouTubers that have books about themselves are like full of themselves. And this dude is saying, went from that to now he's considering and having a documentary being made about him. This dude's ego has only grown. It is insane.
thought about that, and then when I start talking to Mike, he's like, no, your story is interesting. The more I hear, the more
I love that Mike saying his story is interesting means it's not sad. But he could say that about Boogie too. Boogie, this sounds interesting. Sad things can be interesting too.
hooked. I want to hear more
Oh my God.
about you. You know, about how this journey happened or whatever. This is not a crying situation about how awful things are. My life is not awful, right? But it stands to reason that to actually have a fair documentary about me that covers everything, my whole history, not just the bullshit conspiracies and negative shit about me. Not to say that stuff won't be in it, but to cover everything fairly and again.
The conspiracies will be in there, but I thought we don't talk about conspiracies, then that's negative. Oh man, are we gonna actually get the name of the WWE Champions account? Again, if we're doing WWE Champions, I argue the document would be better off without it at this point, but if it does have it, I just pray that this dude knows how the fucking app works and all this stuff, because I guarantee he's going to give him the Apple Game Center ID. And from what I'm to understand, the login methods for WWE Champions is separate from that. So if he's going to give him the Apple ID, whatever, that's not going to be what we're looking for. And that's not, like, adequate. So I'm very, like, confused about this, or concerned, I should say. Like, he needs to know how the app works and all this stuff. Like, he needs to know how it works in and out, because again, one little slip up is gonna like fucking be the thing we'll always hear about. And it won't matter. Like, even as I said before, even let's say that like Mike debunks the WWE Champions again, people have been calling him bad with money before that even happened. So it's not going to change that perception that he's bad with money. Again, we have DoorDash, and if you even accept that he only does it on his days off, that's still like a thing you could say. It's just throwing money out the door. You know, like it doesn't matter. It only matters if it's true. Like if he is down for the rappers, then to a degree it would matter to a point. But if he debunks it, it's not going to change anything. It's kind of a wild situation to be in for Phil, but you know, he could have benefited from just saying it. See, it's not me, because then he would just have a better argument to say that his money goes to things that's important, like a fight stick.
In an entertaining manner. That's really the key here, is to make something that you guys want to watch. That's not just for my haters. It's not just for my fans. It's actually for an outsider as well. Someone who's never heard of me, but you say, you know, I hear the name Darkside Phil every once in a while. I wonder about this guy. What about, you know, can I learn about him?
What can we learn about him?
This documentary you're going to watch. This hour or 2 hours, however long it ends up being. This is going to be your go-to piece of content to watch.
Your go-to piece. Ah, yes.
All right. And you're going to watch it and say, okay, there you go. That's what he's about. And then you can judge for yourself. Hey, maybe you want to come by.
He said about the Sidescrollers interview. Even as recent as like last month when he talked about it or whatever the fuck. The last time he talked about it, he did say, "Oh, you can watch it and form your own opinions of it." You know, whatever. He said you could do that even with that. And now it's like this is the one to do it with, right?
Check out my content based on the documentary, or maybe you're zero interest and you'll never check me out, and that's okay too, right? But at the very least, this is really, it seems to me. Okay. That this is the only chance that I really have to have a neutral party be involved in making something that actually is fair. That Sidescrollers interview was a complete attempt at getting me to look bad and get me to confess to shit I didn't do. There was no point to doing it, but I didn't know that at the time. I was promised all these things, and it was all lies, all bullshit. Right? The whole thing was basically
again, he could have told them he doesn't want to do this new plan they wanted to do and backed out. He agreed to it and then hyped it up and said this is a good thing or whatever the fuck. And he reneged on that. Honestly, think about it. He went back on what he said about it. Isn't that dishonest and bad?
Front for them to propel themselves to popularity, which, yeah, that really worked. But still,
you still talk about him, so it did work.
You get it, like something.
And DSP said that if people hate you, you're doing something right? Correct?
Like this is different, and that's what I mean. Like what you guys don't.
That's what I mean.
Because I know some people are reacting negatively to it, and fair enough, and I understand why. Here's why. I've never gotten a fair shake before. Never.
He had all these opportunities, turned them down because they weren't in his like benefit. He could have turned the Muda thing into a positive, but he just didn't want to. He didn't want to put the effort.
Every single person has screwed me over. Whoever tried to do something, right? So that's the point. Now here's the thing. Does this mean that there's no one going to be involved negatively? Of course not. They're going to be in there. Everyone's going to be in this thing. I mean it. Everyone who's is going to be in this damn thing. It's going to be entertaining for that very reason. But here's the thing.
Dude, this dude is talking like about this as if it's like a Marvel movie. Like it's going to be, dude, you're not going to believe the cameos we got lined up. Like, yeah, he clearly knows like Keemstar's involved, I think. And all these other people are going to be involved with it, but he wants that to happen so people can watch it and be clickbait.
I get to respond to all the bullshit. Right?
This is the more you think about this statement, the dumber it is. Because at first, when I heard this, I was just thinking about the Rich thing, where he said, Rich wants to put me in front of a firing squad where I'd show up, and then they would ask me questions that I'd have to answer. All this stuff. And DSP is now bragging that he gets to respond to it. This is the shit Rich wanted to do with him. And he said, no, that would be stupid. And it's a firing squad. But this isn't a firing squad, apparently. This is magically a fair thing, dude. Not a firing squad at all. And that's what the interview was. He responded to them. Like, what? You can't literally brag about this when you went to an interview and they asked you questions and you could respond to them. And if anything, if you watch the interview, he was the one that was jumping around the most. Like, usually, like, people might bring up, like, the interviewer is, like, changing the questions, that are purchasing the same question over and over and over and all this stuff. But that's it. That's not even what happened. They were asking questions, and DSP would, like, meld the question into other things and then talk about something else. Like, he transitioned to something else as if it was like a podcast, like a pre-stream podcast of his. And they're like, wait, no, this is an interview, Phil. You gotta answer the question. And he's like, oh, no, man, okay, so, whatever. But he had a chance to respond. Come on.
Right? When you get one of these talking head idiots on there saying something about me, I get to talk back.
He talked back to Craig and Adam. And all he said was, oh, yeah, I said that, but I was just mad. Like, listen to when they were talking about, like, the Be Awesome One segment. And it's insane. It's crazy. There's literally a segment where they're like, so you did, like, this is threatening him. No, I was just mad. I just got really mad. Yeah, but this is threatening. Yeah, okay, yeah, but, like, I was just mad. It was just, like, dismissive. And all kinds of shit. Like, if that's the attitude he's gonna have, who cares?
Not just them yelling at their audience and their audience saying, hey, yeah. Instead, I actually finally get to respond.
You got to respond there, and when, like, even the questions that weren't the drama questions, he had nothing to say. He struggled. He struggled a lot when they were calling about the Be Awesome One thing. That racist joke about selling a kid off to slavery. He was just sitting there like, well, you see, so when you saw that, what did you think about my joke? And it's like, we just asked you, like, don't you think this was a fucked up joke? And he's like, and he responded by asking him, what's his thoughts? Like, but you were there to, like, respond to what they were asking you. And then they were asking him, like, so you put down your bankruptcy, you had a $5,000, like, business tax, whatever the fuck, $5,000 expense for the business. What is that? Business expense. That's you responding to it. Like, come on.
To their bullshit, you see? And that's the point, is that this is my format to finally do it.
And Turkey Tom wanted to talk to him, and he could, like, shoot the shit with him. That's not wanting to, like, respond to what they're saying. All these people have given him avenues to respond. And he said, no, I'm not doing that, stupid. But now, for the first time ever, he gets to respond. What the fuck are you talking about, stupid?
I can respond to them. But if I respond to them here, no one hears it. If I respond to them in the documentary, now that same audience that just heard the toxicity gets to hear my response to it.
He said this about the interview. When he talked about it, Turkey, like, come on.
You see?
Turkey Tom responded to it.
I want
whatever.
you to understand something. This is not going to be ultra serious at all times. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a project that is going to have a lot of content in it, the kind of which you're not
man,
seeing.
dude, it's gonna be wild if this is like, we get to see DSP comedy, like, in a documentary. So we're gonna have, like, poop jokes. Maybe we have, like, stock farts. He's gonna walking around, and then they're gonna have, like, a stock fart sound effect. And then it's gonna be like, like, it's gonna be goofy as fuck for, like, kids.
Okay, it's not just gonna be me sitting here on my chair doing games and talking to you. What's the point? If literally the whole documentary was a bunch of shit about me and me just sitting here saying, well, here's the truth about that, here's the truth about that, that's boring. No one cares about that.
That's boring.
Right?
Right?
So, that's going to be the difference here. All right? And my goal is that when this thing comes out...
Yeah, but you know, the thing is that when you watch any documentary, they always have, like, transitionary scenes. They had scenes of, like, the subject walking around, whatever the fuck. And I guarantee that's what he's talking about, is those kind of scenes. Yeah, man, you saw me walk down, like, the hallway. Now, I got a question. Since they're filming in the pig pen, when those videos are uploaded, when that documentary is uploaded, can we get house tours to return, or, like, other vlogging style content to return? Can we stream in the kitchen? Can we do that since he's doing a documentary in the house?
Okay.
Okay.
When this thing comes out, I want it to be the final go-to source for people to learn about me and my story, and that's that. Because I don't want to hear any more bullshit from these people. Not to say that they're not going to continue, because they will. It will always continue. We know this, that these people are so desperate for content. When you
Wait, what?
hear any more bullshit from these people, not to say that they're not going to continue, because they will. It will always continue. We know this, that these people are so desperate.
We already got the moving of the goalpost meme. Because he's gonna upload this and say, well, you see, I debug them about the WWE champions, and now what do they say? I just waste money on DoorDash. Yeah, right. Who are you gonna believe? And it's like, no, there's other stuff to shit on you for. Again, if we take away WWE champions, we can still argue that you waste money. Again, he didn't want to spend the $400, $500 on the mini PC that gave him the chance to play Chrono Trigger. He spent it on a fight stick to play a game he already owns on a different console. Like, come on.
For content, when you have no talent, you have to milk others for content, correct? Because you have nothing to make for yourself, so you have to milk the world around you for content.
So Mike Clum's not milking Boogie for that documentary. He's not milking you for the documentary he's making on you.
Toxic way. They're never going to go away. But at the very least, once this story is out, it's done for me, and I can actually move on positively and say, you want answers about anything of my past or anything, go watch the Mike Clum documentary and leave me alone. Because I'm moving forward with my audience here.
And look at this attitude that I have with it too. You're making a documentary with this person, and he's just like, yeah, like he's been treated like a reciprocal, like a trash can. Like, yeah, I built this trash can with this guy. You can put your trash in there. Like, oh yeah, I made this documentary about it, so all the trolls can go there and leave me alone. So, do you genuinely believe in the documentary you're working on? Like, this is really, really petty. If you want to, we could be really petty about it,
right?
Right?
Will anything positive come out of it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. Okay.
The thing is, there's so much toxicity and negativity about me on the internet. I don't think you could hurt, right? Really? Honestly?
Really?
You guys are not going anywhere. You guys are here every
You're
day.
stuck
you
here.
understand me and who I am.
You accepted the pignosis.
My core audience is going to be with me no matter what. You know the truth.
No matter what.
Stories, right?
Right?
You're going to get, even you guys are going to get some good stuff out of this documentary. Trust me. There's going to be funny scenes. There's going to
He begged his fans to not watch the Sidescrollers podcast like later on, but you know, he said that too. Come on.
Information you've never heard before.
I am not crazy.
There's going to be interesting stuff, all right? And again, I totally understand, because there's people in the chat right now who are like, I don't trust it. I think it's, I hear you. I understand.
But think about this, right? DSP is talking about how he can't trust people anymore. It's a hard time trusting people after the Sidescrollers and all this other shit. And suddenly, magically, he can trust Mike Clum. He trusts him. Okay.
Because we as a community, and I've said this before, it's not just about me.
We as
It's about
gamers.
us, right? Everything that I do has an impact on everyone around me, and I know that. So when I did that Sidescrollers interview, it wasn't just a shitty situation for me. It was a shitty situation for the community for like 2-3 months, right? And I hear you on that. This is very different from everything that I'm involved with. It's professional.
Involved with?
Right? I've got...
How do you know this? Whatever.
There's
Okay.
agreements in place. You know what I mean? Like, this is...
Oh, he's saying this
on the
because
offense.
he's saying this because he got lawyers involved. If there were no lawyers involved, he wouldn't be saying this shit. Guarantee.
Going to be something that's going to be fun and fair. I'm not saying this, by the way, by no means whatsoever is this kind of a kiss my ass thing either. I want you to understand that. That's not the point. It's not supposed to be a documentary where Phil just looks good constantly. I'm a flawed human. I've made many mistakes over the years, being a YouTuber way before then as well, and I've fessed up to them. The thing is, no one hears that. No one hears that Phil admitted he did something wrong. Instead, it's just, he's this pig-headed guy who says that he's the best guy ever, right? That's not the case, but no one hears
This is stupid.
The thing is, no one hears that. No one hears that Phil admitted he did something wrong.
He did admit... Oh, man. Because think about it, right? He said that LED lights in the face cam is stupid and awful and evil and this and that. he gets the LED lights, and he didn't admit he was wrong about the LED lights. He didn't admit that he was wrong about the ring light. He didn't, like, all the stuff he's been proven wrong, and he doubles down on what he's saying all the time. I'm trying to find a more recent example of this, because I think something recently happened where he was just wrong and he doubled down on being wrong. But whatever.
Instead, it's just he's this pig.
Oh yeah, you know, the Lavinia shit. He gets proven wrong about the mini PC, and he doesn't apologize to Lavinia for mocking Lavinia Saturday or whatever the fuck that happened, and then banned her again for just wanting an apology for being wrong.
Who says that he's the best guy ever, right? That's not the case, but
this dude literally bragged about making meaningful content and all this other bullshit. Let's hear this again.
Up to them. The thing is, no one hears that. No one hears that Phil admitted he did something wrong. Instead, it's just he's this pig-headed guy who says that he's the best guy ever, right? That's not the case, but no one hears the truth. You understand what I'm saying? So,
like, he literally like brags about himself to everyone. Oh, I make such great content. These other people, they can't make anything, so that's why they're mad at me, man. Like, okay.
I don't think you need to worry as much as you do, especially because, as I said, I'm in a situation here where it's very different from everything else. It's not, oh, it's just an interview, it's just this or that. This is a situation where it's going to be done in a very professional way, all right? And
all right.
It's going to actually give my side. It's going to give exclusive information and stuff that you haven't heard. It's going to be very different. Let's put it that way.
Very different.
All right? And by the way, I know some people are really worried about this. It's something that's not happening right away. This is something that is going to take months and months to put together.
Like, he probably feels more confident because there's lawyers involved, but at the same time, like, I mean, why do you think lawyers are involved? Think about that.
Of this scale and magnitude. You know, this is basically kind of a Netflix level hour-long documentary.
Falling for the meme of how it looks. I mean, it's fine. Like, but you know, it's fucking, you know what, it's a YouTube video at the end of the day.
It's going to take a lot of time. There's going to be filming, there's going to be all kinds of things that's going to happen. So, to be transparent with all of you, yes, this is going to affect me this year. There's going to be filming around here, there's going to be filming in studios. You know what I said? It's going to be
filming in studios and around here.
Fucking around and just doing a few video clips edited together like all the other documentaries about me.
Dude, he's saying this, but like, does he want Turkey Tom to like fly him out? I mean, again, Turkey Tom offered to do more with him, and he was like, no.
This is actually a real product. You understand?
Yeah, those other products are fake, not unlike this.
So coming up, and I don't have all the information yet. I will let you know. Okay. Basically,
and you know what? It's funny. He's saying this, right? But what if like Keemstar got lawyers involved for the Lolcow podcast, and DSP didn't really talk to Keem to like hammer it out or anything? Okay.
A situation where I have to take a little bit of time away from streaming. Some of my streams will be affected. Obviously, they're gonna want to film me at work. At what I'm doing to put that into the documentary, right? There's gonna be a few days where I'm not gonna be able to stream because I'm gonna have to go film a bunch of stuff, right? In a studio or other places or whatever.
Other places.
When I know,
this is right. DoorDash my Thai
I'm
food.
gonna let you guys know what's going on, so you'll know. Okay, this week, guys, 2 days I'm not gonna be here on stream because I'm gonna be off filming, and then I'll be back, right? And also, I would just want to let you guys know. I can't be spoiling this thing constantly because people are going to constantly be bombarding me with questions. So what's going to be in it? And what's going to be this?
Dude, it's a documentary. He's really talking like it's a Marvel movie. Oh, I can't spoil the plot, guys. I can't do that. Dude, you're making a documentary about your fucking life. Half the stuff that's going to be in the documentary has been recorded, dude. It's
going to be that. And you know what I mean? You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be spoiling the whole dang thing. I know a lot of people want that. I'm not gonna spoil the whole. What's the point of it if I tell you everything we're doing in it, right? So if from time to time, as I'm working on it over the course, I'm gonna show you, hey, we're working together, and here's, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm getting hungry.
We should absolutely do that to share, but it's not gonna be spoiling the entirety of the whole thing. There's a ton of things in here you're not gonna hear about at all till it comes out. It's going to be 100% under wraps, exciting stuff you're only going to see in this documentary. Again, the whole point is to get everyone who wants to learn about me to watch this thing. I think it's going to be fascinating to see my story and then to see how people have reacted to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Look at all these people on the internet who crap on Phil, right? But for what?
For what?
Right? It's fascinating. And also,
this dude...
then to see how people have reacted to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all these people on the internet who crap on Phil, right? But for what?
For what? This dude is so petty. Again, people can tell him why they dislike him and he'll write it off. He'll just wave his hand, say goodbye, and not acknowledge it.
Right?
He belittles people who tell him, like, Phil, I don't like how you did this, and he belittles that person, saying, they go watch like dude that does that, man, and all this other shit. Again, go back and watch the suggestion box. All of that is just shitting on people and poo-pooing their ideas, and he's like sitting there like, oh yeah, man, what would they hate me for?
It's fascinating, and also, one of the things that I want to get out of it,
people in the FGC called him out for having a bad attitude, and his response to that was to be like, these guys are fucking bitches. I'm just hanging out on my own stream, and they're getting mad and offended. What a bunch of weaklings. If they went to the FGC in my day, they'd be beat up. But like, I'll watch my tongue, and I'll not be toxic, and all that shit. Is that taking people's feedback seriously? Maybe that's why people dislike you, Phil. You even when you listen to their feedback, you respond to it in a mocking way.
I want to hear people's take on like what they think I do wrong and how I can actually improve. Because that's
you can't factually improve. The issues that people have with you at this point is baked into who you are as a fucking person. Dude. Even when you were trying to be not toxic to the opponent, you were just being fucking toxic about the game and not knowing how it works. You don't even know what rollback netcode is. You don't understand that the input replay is logged locally on your fucking game, not logged on what's reflected online, stupid. And he's like, and a person told him that, he laughed at him and banned him. Like, this is your attitude. And these resolutions don't last very long. You only see this now, but at some point you're gonna go back to your old ways. It's just gonna happen naturally. You might be on your best behavior because isn't it funny, right? Correct? That he just so happens to want to be less toxic in Street Fighter the same week that the documentary is announced. And he wants to be less toxic to other players. Isn't that funny? Very funny. And this dude is only gonna pretend to do this until the documentary is filmed and finished and released. And then he'll go back to his old ways over time. Because this dude is fake as fuck with half the shit he says. Again, he literally proved it in the same video. He said he would never want to do an interview with anyone or anything. He can't trust anyone. Immediately trust Mike. And you can trust him, whatever. But it just goes back against what he said about how he wants to go about his fucking career on YouTube. Like, come on.
Is everyone always wants to constantly crap on you, but no one actually wants to help you. You know what I'm saying? You're doing everything wrong. Okay, so what should I be doing that would be right?
Dude, people could say you're doing something wrong, and you can either respond to that and improve or not. Now, this dude wants constructive feedback and being told how to improve. This fucking guy has criticized and complained and cried over fucking rollback netcode. And when someone asks him, so then what would you do? I'm not a coder. I'm not this. I can't do that. So I don't know, man. I just know what I'm playing. Well, I know what I'm watching, and this is trash. And you're telling me I need to also tell you how to improve? Like, this dude wants so much free labor. So much. People told him what's wrong. It's his responsibility to say, okay, they don't like that, I'm gonna try something else, and try to figure it out on your own. If you truly care, you would take the constructive criticism and do whatever. And instead, he just does it, and then when he does the improvement, he then says, well, I did this improvement, and now they're upset that I did the improvement. What bitches? They can't make up their mind. You can have it both ways, man. But it's like, that's not, just because you change doesn't mean you change for the better, stupid. Like, this is such meaningless drivel to say, and this is just fake. So fake.
Be just like you? Maybe I don't want to be you, right?
Who says to be like me? Oh, you're doing this wrong, be like me, stupid. Like, no, what he should do, this is I got an idea, Phil. Do free tip on the house. He should be a Bleach reviewer. Not the anime. No, not the anime. I'm saying the liquid Bleach. He should do a little video. DSP tries it Bleach edition, and he just kind of, puts it in chicken, puts it in like soda, gin, mix it with the cat bake. The wife, the cat's gonna make something bake. That shit. He could do that. He could do crazy shit with Bleach. He could try that. Try it. It might actually improve the content. Maybe.
Everyone wants to be exactly the same. So there's gonna be a lot of interesting things out of this, right? There is, absolutely. So basically, there's gonna be tons of different stuff in this thing. Tons. Alright? And as I said, I'll let you know when I have more information. Okay, I don't have all the information right now. We basically have to get to the point where things are hashed out dates-wise, so I can tell you. I can tell you right now, it won't even be soon. Like, it'll probably, at the earliest, a couple of months before we even start work on this thing when it comes to, like, filming and in-person stuff. So it's not like, oh, well, you just gave us a schedule for the month and now everything's different. No. This probably won't even be until, maybe some work in March, April, and then probably some more. And from what I'm going to understand time frame wise, this is something that's going to come out much later in the year. This is not something.
This is so cool.
This is a professional level.
Is this something that Mike said he could talk about? Because I kind of feel people who make stuff probably don't like when you put you announce an end date. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably like, we don't even know when this is going to be made, and he's telling them the end of this year.
This is not something rushed out in a month and it's just edited clips. That's not the intention, okay? So this is a big endeavor. I told you guys I have a lot of things in process for 2024. DSP Throwback is one of them, and that's the one that's coming the soonest. This
fuck DSP Throwback. Miri kept mentioning he's gonna upload the risque content and all this stuff, and everyone said this. And here's the thing. Here's my annoyance with that. I think I talked about it in the last video, honestly. The KO gaming videos are at risk. They're in jeopardy. Because if people flag that channel down and it works, all those good videos, good videos, you know what I mean, are gonna be lost to time. No.
Is another one, and that's coming later, much later.
But I'm sure someone's backing them up at this point. I say
maybe summer, maybe fall. I don't know.
So just back up the good stuff.
A lot of factors. There's a lot of stuff involved, schedule-wise and everything. So we'll have to see. But just so you know, it's coming. And when more stuff is available to talk about, specifics and stuff that we're ready to talk about, I'm sure Mike and I will tell everybody. Okay.
Okay.
So you can ask me questions, but chances are I'm not going to answer a lot of these questions until specifics are hashed out and we're ready to talk about it. Because I feel like a lot of the times people want to just get everything in early. I'm not going to tell you everything early, right? But just to make this perfectly clear, this is not the Boogie documentary at all. This is not the intention.
What if Boogie didn't intend that documentary to be that sad, and it just ended up being that sad?
Documentary. That whole documentary had a different vibe and a different take.
How does he know?
Basically, Boogie and
whatever
go with that, and this is completely different. I made it very clear up front. I'm not Boogie. I'm not some sad story.
I'm not Boogie.
Where we're gonna be talking about how awful my fucking life is and everything. I don't want a sob story documentary. There's no sob story. My life is.
I'm
good.
a winner.
I have a good life every day.
Good life every day.
Audience. We all have a bunch of fun.
Bunch of fun.
Outside of my streams are the ones who are miserable, have to talk shit all day, not me. I have a great time with my life, so there's time with my audience. We all have a bunch of fun.
Oh my god.
All the idiots outside of my streams are the ones who are miserable, have to talk shit all day, not me.
I just want to hear this
every day.
again.
I have a great time with my audience. We all have a bunch of fun.
Last time.
You know, all the idiots outside of my streams are the ones who are miserable, have to talk shit all day.
Everyone outside of his streams are miserable. Oh, yes.
I have a great time with my life. So, there's, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing in this that's going to be, oh my God. Not to say that we're not going to touch upon serious stuff from my past. You guys know about my history. You know about all the problems and trials and tribulations I've been through, business-wise and personal. You know, I've told you all these stories before. But again, this is going to be...
we don't know how you met Kat. We don't know that. And we don't know who did the breaking up of the Leanna situation. I think Leanna broke up with him, honestly, if you ask me.
Talk about it, right? All at once. And if you want to know anything
and
about Dark Side...
And if the Mike Klum documentary says, oh, Phil broke up with Leanna, I'm slamming. I'm slamming Exit Down. And that documentary's credibility is going to go down into the depths. Like, I'm tuning out the second he says that. If he says that he broke up with Leanna, I'm not believing that.
This is where you go for it. And like I said, my intention is that this is it. Once
this is it.
This is a lot of time and effort and work going into this thing. This is going to be time away from my work, time away from streams for you guys. Once this is done, that is that. You know what I'm saying? That is that.
He said this about the debunk stream, by the way, in 2018. 2018. I think it was 2018 or 2019. He did a debunk stream during the Pro Jared situation. Of course, had to milk that, right? And also look at that. Everyone during them was like, well, man, DSP is just a masturbator, man. And that's all they knew of him. And he didn't give a fuck. And they're like, oh, yeah, man, this guy's pretty cool, whatever. And DSP is like, no one cares about me, man. Okay.
It's, I'm not doing another one of these damn things. Unless, like, aliens land and I have a story of how I won when I fought the aliens or something. You know what I mean? Like something wild.
Yeah,
this is my
he'll
story
never do it again. Sure.
This, I just want to continue to do what
like the Sidescrollers interview, right? Correct.
Bother with this shit anymore. But I feel like this is my fair chance.
This is my swan song.
Fun, informative.
Imagine he says that. That's gonna be the new thing. This is like gonna be like my swan song.
Hit piece, or even worse than that. You wanna know what's worse than a hit piece? Because here's the thing. With a hit piece...
Oh my god, it's this thing. It's one thing you make a mean video. It's another thing to do bullshit.
Alright? You can tell when it's a hit piece, right? When you watch someone who really doesn't like someone and they're making negative content, you can tell this is a hit piece, and you're not gonna have normal people watch a hit piece. The only people who watch that stuff are people who actually don't like the person already, and they just kind of want to laugh at piling on, right?
Right.
There's tons of people out there who don't like their entire existence on the internet is anti-Phil.
Anti-Phil.
Worse than a hit piece is someone who presents themselves as if they're a neutral party and doing it fairly.
Oh man, that's a very ambiguous requirement to hit. Because at that point you're assuming they have bad faith. Again, with the Sidescrollers interview, I said this multiple times. Like, the only part I felt was kind of like disingenuous or whatever was the Keemstar stuff. That kind of felt was a little like, they just wanted to seize the opportunity. But for the most part, like, I kind of didn't think that they went in 100% like, we're gonna fuck him up. Like, there is some stuff like, about the FAP stuff, but that's like the FAP thing. I mean, that's low-hanging fruit. Of course you're gonna like fucking, dunk on that, obviously. But it's like, I wouldn't feel comfortable one or the other. It was just like, a thing that happens. You could feel that way and that's fine. But
literally,
man,
all they do is regurgitate the conspiracy and toxicity that the hit piece people did. But you see, well, this is what everyone says about them. Yeah, but all you did was regurgitate the bad. Did you actually say anything good? Did you talk to a single person about good stuff about me? Or did you only just literally regurgitate the same boring shit that everyone said for the last 10 years? So why'd you even make your fucking video besides circle jerking yourselves into those communities for more milking of money? Because the funny part is they say lol cows, right? But the thing is, as much as they say they're milking someone for content, you want to know who they're really milking?
He thinks people are called lol cows because people milk them for content. I mean, I guess that's kind of true if you think about it, but there's other reasons why someone would be called a lol cow.
The detractors. Every moment that one... the funny part is they say lol cows, right? But the thing is, when as much as they say they're milking someone for content, you want to know who they're really milking? The detractors. Every moment that one of those people make one of those documentaries, all they're doing is milking the detractors for their views and money.
So why wouldn't you consider Mike Klum for doing that? He's doing a video about you, Phil.
Because my fans don't care. I don't care. I don't even watch it.
But then how come, like, your fans show up sometimes in detractor streams?
Them that they're milking, not me. Yeah, sure, it's about me, but you literally didn't even say anything new. All you did was regurgitate the toxic shit, and you milk them for money and views, not me. It doesn't.
I mean, this is like whatever, but you can say that about anything. Whatever, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This is a tired argument. Like, yeah, they're making views on him and for clickbait views and all this stuff. Okay, I mean, everyone does that to everything.
So in this case, yes, this documentary will absolutely address some of the conspiracies and toxic things that are said about me. 100% those will be addressed. But at the same time, there's going to be the more fair human aspect to it, addressing me as a person, my history, what I stand for, what kind of content I put out today versus what everyone claims.
What?
The more fair human aspect to it, addressing me as a person, my history, what I stand for,
what he actually stands for. We don't know what he actually stands for. I mean, in reality, we don't. But at the same time, like, he told us what he supposedly stands for all the time.
Kind of content I put out today versus what everyone claims I put out 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
Let's hear this again. As a person, my history, what I stand for, what kind of content I put out today versus what everyone claims I put out 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
The content I put out now versus the content everyone claims I put out years ago. This dude literally says that he put out bad content. He defended that content at the time, but then when he talks about it now, it's just like, yeah, man, that content did suck. Yeah, direct capture was way more important. I was so stupid I didn't do live stream interactions. But he's gonna do the meme of saying he was playing a character. And Mike Klum, dude, don't fucking fall for it. But he might, though. It's a very easy pignosis to fall into, where he says he was playing a character, and you're like, oh, yeah, wow, he is playing a character. Like, okay.
It's gonna be very, very different. All right. So, like I said, I will have way more information about this as it develops. Right now, it's too early to give you any specifics, nor would I really want to give you specifics, because that would give away too much, you know? And I'm going to have meetings with Mike where we're going to plan and discuss things, and then we're going to have filming sessions and stuff, and I'm going to keep you all in the loop on that, so you know what to expect with all of that, because I want you to know when I'm going to be here, when I'm not going to be here, you know, what's going on, okay?
What's going on? Take a sip.
There will absolutely be stuff that will likely be shared with you over the course of the year, whether it's I could put out an exclusive clip on the channel.
Okay.
Video you can watch, and you will learn all kinds. So there you go. So now the beans have been spilled to the point where at least you have a general understanding. I think that Mike is going to try to screw you. How? Like, why would he do that? Because if he does, who else would ever work with this guy ever again?
Maybe you could transition into being like a goofy and a documentary guy. Like, oh, I can get people in and then like surprise them with an unknown thing or whatever. Like, I was listening to a commentary on Mega64's old video that they used to do called Marcus's Corner, and they said during that they would tell people that they would interview. Oh, we're doing an interview, and this. They wouldn't tell them that they'd be interviewed by a puppet, and it would be a silly, like, stupid interview kind of thing. They never disclosed that with anyone, so they kind of got a lot of stuff out of you. Like, I think it was a I want to say Peter Molyneux. It might be that guy. They did a Marcus's Corner, and they were able to get the scoop that the dude has a fear or a phobia of puppets. And it's like, yeah, we wouldn't get, no other interview would kind of get that, except for them because they used a puppet to do the interview. So they got something that no one else would have gotten. That kind of shit. So he could do that.
Right?
Right?
If Mike becomes known as the guy who screws people when he makes a documentary about them, well, who would ever want to work with Mike ever again? Do you think he's doing it for a one-off video and he's running and never making content ever again? That doesn't make any sense. He wants to make good content that everyone's happy, right? That's the point.
But again, people can make a shitty documentary and still get work. I don't know. Like, this is
all right.
whatever.
So anyway, that's that. Now, I have a few quick shout outs to do. We're gonna get
okay. We're just
Sea of Stars. I want to play Sea of Stars.
Okay, we're just gonna like
because you have to go, but that got a lot wrong. Had limited information.
Oh boy.
Literally haven't seen one. No, it's real. This is a real documentary, and this is again what people don't get because you haven't seen a real thing about me yet. You literally haven't seen one. I would say the closest one that came to this was the Frederick Knudsen documentary from many, many years ago, but that got a lot wrong, had limited information, right?
The stuff it got wrong, it's kind of like splitting hairs in reality, but whatever.
It was, and by the way, it's incredibly outdated at this point, you see?
It was a whatever documentary, honestly. It kind of felt like he was asleep at the wheel.
This entire thing was 2 hours. Of
Frederick was asleep at the wheel
and just saying, "Oh, that's wrong." There's no point. You're absolutely right. Then there would be no point to doing it. Zero. But that's not what this is going to be. I'll tell you that right now. Okay? Re-up this membership for 9 office days when I used to work at Thank you, Snow Carl.
Thank you,
Dr.
Snow Carl.
Oink with the super chat says, "You like Flyleaf or Paramore?"
Huh?
No?
No?
I don't think so.
I mean, Paramore has some good tracks.
I think they're bands, right? But I don't think
I think they're bands.
Very much. And Little Shake and Bake.
Crush is a pretty good song.
Little Shake and Bake. We'll swing over to some tips.
Okay, we'll swing over to some tips.
Send me $1. Says, I remember you had a very negative opinion on Baldur's Gate earlier this year. No, I didn't.
Yeah, no one is gonna talk about Baldur's Gate. And he also said it's a long game for PC heads or whatever the fuck. Like, okay.
Change your mind. No, because I didn't have a negative opinion of it. You don't know what you're talking about. So thanks for the $1 tip. Seriously, when I hear nonsense like that,
dude, he said people would talk about Starfield, and he okay. This dude, when it first happened, no one's gonna talk about Starfield. I mean, oh my god, no one's gonna talk about Baldur's Gate 3. It's gonna be Starfield. That's just the way of things, and all this stuff. And then when he realized it was actually a good game, he did say, "Yeah, man, I said this, but that was before I played it. Now I played it. It's actually pretty good, man. I get it, man. Yeah, man, I was wrong." And now he's like, "Yeah, I am not wrong. I didn't say that at all." This is him accepting being called wrong for something, by the way.
I'm just gonna say, sorry, Snow Carl. You don't know what you're talking about. I never chat talked Baldur's Gate 3 ever. I always said it was probably a fine game, but I didn't think it would fit into my content, and now here we are. Okay.
You said no one would talk about it, though. You said it wouldn't get considered game of the year.
Me $1
oh god.
And says, Mike seems neutral, but
literally, you know, this is gonna be a wild, maybe not wild, but something emotion-driven response because he says, "Anime Slayer," like.
This seems like it's revolving around drama. I don't see how telling my life story is all about drama.
When trolls talk about his life, that's drama. Mike does it, that's not drama. That's talking about his life, of course.
I wish you'd stick to your guns about staying out of drama. Again, will there be some fun stuff in this and funny stuff? Yes, there will. It's not ultra serious. It's not a one.
But again, he also said he couldn't trust people anymore because of the side scrollers and this and that. It's really like he fell for this because the dude had lawyers.
Our boring go to sleep documentary, but it's also not an hour-long hit piece against me, but it's not an hour-long kiss my butt. It's an hour-long interesting piece about my actual life
and it's just funny. This is how he's responding to this. When he says yesterday, people are begging me to not work with anyone, man. They're begging me to just do my own thing and begging me to just do gameplay. All this stuff. Anime Slayer's continuing the tradition of begging for him to just do what he does best, and he's like, "No, man, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna be great. Stop being such a worrywart."
That's mostly, I would say, would make more sense for outsiders. But for those who like me, you're going to like it. For those who don't like me, you're likely going to like it. Like, everyone, I think, would like it, right? But this is not...
he says this, but he's also the guy that says, you can please all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. Whatever. And now he's saying that this documentary is going to please everyone. I thought that's impossible.
Again, people are getting the wrong idea. You have seen only content about me that's purely negative. And so when you see content about me that's only purely negative, you immediately say, so this is just going to be nonstop drama. No. I mean, I don't think so. I think it's going to be eye-opening. I think there's going to be a lot of information that people didn't know that finally, like, oh, okay, now I get that. Now I finally understand that, right? I've heard about that, but I don't get that. And
Oh man.
you know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot different. I do. I think it's a lot different than what people are thinking it's going to be because you've only seen that one thing, right?
Right? Correct. Sippy, sippy, sip.
Okay.
Okay. Ah.
Let's continue.
Oh, yes.
Today. Apparently I can't. In or away from you.
Oh, God. What? So one minute
it says, in confined spaces, you can place crates or movable objects.
Oh, my God. He's just hand-holding. That's what he does now. That's his thing.
Enemy access.
He's the game tricker for this, I guess. He became game tricker. Oh, God. What if game tricker is not a person? It is a fucking curse. Like, game tricker, like, his body, like, disintegrated, and his soul is now living on in 1 minute, man. And then after Baldur's Gate 3, it's gonna go to someone else.
Also, gunpowder barrels can take out multiple enemies.
But I'm glad he's, like, doing this, because I guarantee if he wasn't doing Baldur's Gate 3, 1 minute man would have some cringe-ass statement to say about this.
I don't understand that, because I don't know how to move, like, how that would translate. How to move.
Oh my God, dude. It was the same action of him moving from his mic to the back of his chair. The same motion. It was like a repeat.
I could lift it and put it in my inventory.
Okay, I don't care.
JDTV re-upped his membership for 7 months. Do you know if Mike plans to interview John Rambo? I'm sure Mike is going to be reaching out to lots of people. Whether or not those people decide.
How can he reach out to Rambo? Doesn't he change his number, dude?
Is up to them and him, you know, not me. Basically, he felt like the only reason we were friends was for work. I disagree.
Oh my God.
Years.
And then we're talking about this. And he won't even talk about how he fucking bodied Howard. He fucking treated Howard like shit.
And he says, yeah, I'll do that. Then great.
Great.
What's wrong with that? I have no problem with that. I told you, I've already kind of fessed up to the things that I've done. Right?
Hey, what?
Glam video, whatever you want to call it. And I told you how that was the first time I'd ever heard that stuff from them. I didn't have any concept that was how they felt. I feel awful about it, right?
No, you didn't. Shut up. You fucking told Howard to shut up, dude.
And it sucks because if I had known that stuff at the time, I probably could have changed.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No. You would probably do less work.
The way that things were going. But it was never really clearly explained to me, which is hilarious because in that video, they claimed they said time and time again. It's like, yeah, but everything you said was different. First, we're talking about Project 7. Then we're talking about a comment about a Project 7 video. Then we're talking about something.
Oh, my God.
Related, but you act like it was a line of stuff that was happening over and over that didn't. Like, that's not how it actually happened.
This dude, man.
But the point I'm making here is...
wild.
I made those mistakes. This is 9+ years ago. Last time I talked to the guy.
Again, he never apologized to Howard.
It was gonna be about my
or anything. He treated Howard like shit. Like Howard was hanging out with his girlfriend, and DSP guilted him into coming to his fucking party. And this is the guy that's like, I want to spend time with my family. But Howard wants to spend time with his girlfriend, you know, his family. Oh no, man, I'm leaving. You better show up, man. But I thought you're not friends with him. Why did you want Howard to be there so bad? It's almost like you just want to do it to just fuck him up, right?
Yeah. If I wanted to reach out to John Rambo, why on earth would I be like, oh no, you know? So it's really up to.
What about Leanna?
Him.
You know what? He says about Rambo. What about Leanna? Would you want to be in the same room with her? Come on. I want the real questions. The real questions we hit. What about Leanna? The Leanna situation.
And who he wants to talk to and who wants to talk to him. Because you got to understand another thing, too.
Oh, shit. What do you bring in Subaru Man?
Just that. They're from my past.
Dude, they have a restraining order.
Now that they're out of this whole public eye.
Uh-oh.
Right? Maybe one of the major reasons.
You know, this is kind of wild. You know, think about this. He's doing a little documentary, right? And he has a wife that is, like, trying to get away from an abusive ex-boyfriend, right? Correct? And he wants to have a camera following her. Like, isn't this kind of, like, intrusive? You know what I mean?
Doesn't want to ever be involved ever again is because he doesn't want to be in the public eye. He likes having a private life. This is very different. Me being on the internet in front of you every day is very different. And they just want to have a private life again, and they don't want to have drama, right?
Drama.
So I wouldn't be shocked if tons of people from my past say they don't want to be involved whatsoever because they just don't want to be.
I want Leanna to be involved.
They got their own.
Bring on Leanna. Time for her to say her piece.
Back into this internet.
You know, she doesn't even use Twitter anymore. I don't think.
That would be my take.
Sad day.
But that's up to them, and if they want to be a part of it.
Why is she being so silent?
Right. Even though this is a documentary about me, I also want you to understand that I am not ultimately 100% controlling everything. I can get completely from this documentary. No. Outline every single piece of the documentary, right? And I'm gonna tell you if I like it and if I don't. And if I don't like it for some reason, we're just striking it completely from this documentary. No. I mean, already, one of the reasons you guys know that Mike is doing this documentary is because he's already reached out to detractors. He's reached out to other people who talk shit about me all the time because he wants to have the point of a real documentary.
You get both sides.
All I have to say when it comes to the final cut of the documentary, yes, for particular...
I won't do this. I do have final say. Very cool.
When it comes to privacy, obviously, when you do
clown segment, privacy. I mean, what's private? Again, he could argue this is private. Like it's kind of like the shit that some people do, right? When they're doing an interview and they're like, and they do something that makes it so specific that they can't use it at all. Like it's like, okay, we could do this, but it can't, like, I guess a comparable thing would be like in court. I mean, this is a kind of extreme example, but they might say like, okay, can we have it so that the jury isn't here? They can't listen to this and they can't use it in their judgment. And they're like, okay, yeah, do it. And then they do it. They say their piece, but the jury cannot listen to it. That kind of shit. It's that kind of stuff. Like, he'll say something like, well, since this is that, you can't use that. That's privacy. It's like, okay. Like the WWE Champions thing. Oh, I can give you the name, but I can't give you this. Like, oh, you can't use the screenshot of this. You just have to say yes or no. Like, it's gonna be very clown world when it comes to the
documentary about
final say shit,
or about someone, I should say. There's got to be things that have to be left private. You can't just have someone just walking around filming everything and it just hits the internet. There's stuff that obviously I've told you guys. There's been situations where I film in my kitchen and I accidentally left a statement on my countertop for my utility bill, and my detractors contacted the utility company, impersonated me, and tried to have my power shut off. Right? So you can just imagine, right?
Yeah.
You could just imagine.
Before they film, they would make sure the shot would be clear. I mean, come on.
And something accidentally gets revealed. You know what I'm saying? And now there's trouble. So that's the thing.
Like, this is the thing. Okay, I got it. He's gonna have like a bill statement, for example, in the shot. He's gonna hide it initially. So when they do the initial setup, then he's gonna like put it on the table without them noticing, and then he's like, "Yeah, man, I am down from the rafters." Then he's gonna go in the editing room. He's like, "Oh shit, dude, my bill's on the table. Looks like we gotta cut it." And then they cut it and they put in something else instead, or they change it so it just says yes or whatever, yes or no, or you know what I mean. Like, they're just gonna change the scene because the bill's in the shot. Bam, bum, 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 and they can't use it. Like, it's gonna be like a sabotage the shot kind of deal.
Like, yes, there's gonna be filming. They're gonna be filming me working. There's gonna be all this stuff. But ultimately, we're gonna be reviewing all of it. All right, and it's gonna be made sure that nothing bad is that's harmful or anything like that.
My issue I have with these documentaries is that they're just not interesting in the way that documentaries should be. I think documentaries should be like more like stuff that you wouldn't believe. And DSP stuff, like, as far as the internet age is concerned, it's kind of believable and mundane for what goes on, right? Like, you look at that documentary I mentioned earlier, McBillions or whatever. That's an interesting documentary because it's like, oh, it's about this giveaway, and it's like, and it was cheated or whatever the fuck. And it's like, it's interesting. But this is like, okay, yeah, this guy plays games. Like, what's there to say, right?
Would be in there. I don't care about someone giving an opinion.
How was it raising Phil?
They have a negative opinion about me. I don't give two shits. That's the whole internet anyway, right? Like, the whole internet's full of that shit. But I do care if someone comes on not someone comes on, if something is filmed that now is going to be revealing and is going to get me in, some kind of trouble because detractors now have information that they could use to hurt me and my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the stuff you got to be careful about, right?
Right?
So there you go.
There you go.
All right. We have a million things going on here.
Million things, okay.
We'll catch things like that. Absolutely. The dot. At this point, all right, we're in planning stages. Nothing's been filmed. Ideas are being discussed.
Ideas
things like that.
Oh, dude, what they're gonna do? Okay, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna like censor cat. You know how like you have like these crime documentaries or whatever the fuck, and they like shade out the person to protect their identity and put them through a voice changer? That's gonna be cat. It's gonna be like this, like a faded image, and then go, yes, I love Phil, and when I moved in, I didn't know what I was gonna get into. It was a crazy situation. The trolls, they ruined Halloween for me for life. It's gonna be that.
Nothing is certain. Certainly. I know people would want to see everyone who's part of my family unit be in this.
My family unit.
But I'm not going to promise anything. You know me. I don't overpromise and underdeliver, right?
The family unit.
Me. That's my thing. I don't want.
That's my thing. That's my thing. It's just my thing to be personal.
So I am not going to tell you guys one thing. And then so
I don't overpromise and underdeliver, dude.
I'm simply put, not going to make any promises. Once we get stuff solidified, once we get things written, once we get stuff planned.
So is Kat gonna be in it? He could just say maybe, or he could just say if she wants to. The meme answer. But in reality, he probably is gonna say no. Think about it.
And everything then.
Dude, imagine the cat goes on there and it's actually not what we think she looks like, and she actually like looks the same she did when she first moved in. DSP's gonna like brag about that. Everyone thought she looked like a troll and she was fat. Well, guess what, idiot? She's still a supermodel.
I'll give you a perfect example. I would love to have Jasper in this as a segment, but here's the problem. Jasper is definitely
oh my god, dude! I don't want to say what I would like. Come on, dude! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! I would love to have Jasper in the documentary doing cat stuff. There's a fucking cat. Shut up.
Whenever someone comes to this house, he runs and hides under the bed. And it doesn't matter if it's...
I doubt it. Because think about it. Actually think about it, right? When he had people coming over for the bicycle or whatever the fuck, he put Jasper in the fucking bedroom. When the Comcast was there, put him in the fucking bedroom. Where is he gonna go when they're there? You know what I mean? Maybe DSP instilled fear into that cat for doing shit like that. He's kind of fucking this cat up, honestly. Think about it.
Anyone coming for maintenance, a Comcast technician, anybody, literally anyone who comes to this house, he hides under the bed the whole time.
This dude is lying. Out of that list, he also told us he would put him in the fucking bedroom when they showed up. What is Jasper gonna do when you lock him in a fucking room, stupid? Like, come on.
And then he waits for them to leave, and then he comes out. And we've tried coaxing him and making him feel... This
is bullshit. This is 100% bullshit. Stop lying. And he's gonna have a documentary. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking trust anything in that documentary after he's blatantly lying about this. He told us he puts him in the room. Now he's saying, oh, he just runs it on his own, man.
He's literally a scaredy cat around.
No, dude, he says he's a social kitty. A social mojito kitty. And now he's a fucking scaredy bitch. Like, dude, why does he do this to people? He makes Jasper and Kat sound so negative. I've talked about this before. And it's like, I don't know why he does this. Like, he has someone in his life that loves them, and he makes her sound awful. Like a genuine idiot. And it's like, why do you do this?
So, would I love to have a segment with Jasper? Yes. I don't know if there's a person in here or people in here with cameras and stuff, if he's even gonna come out to play. You know what I'm saying? And he's an indoor cat. He's not leaving this house. You have to understand that. I'm not taking him to a studio to film. A studio. He has to be at home and safe. So, That's what I mean. Like,
What?
we're so early.
You can take him to a studio. You take him to the vet, stupid. Yeah, it's an indoor cat, meaning that you don't let him roam outside. I mean, like, come on.
Stages. I can't promise you guys stuff about stuff like that, right?
Right?
Truth is, you guys see him a lot on streams. Like a few days a week, he's on streams, dancing around here, jumping on my chair and everything, right? But okay, so guys, I got a lot more to shout out. I know this tip. This is one of the biggest. Okay, $1 tip this morning.
Wait, how many dollars?
You intended to send that. Okay, Little Shake and Bake has sent me a $200
Oh wow, little shaken bitch.
tip. That, I'm not even kidding. That's one of the biggest tips I've received in ages. I think the last time I got a tip that big was
whatever.
June of last year for the launch of Street Fighter 6.
In ages.
So thank you.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
play
June.
the ginormous animation, which I didn't even think I would be playing.
Right?
Eligible?
Well, do you
Let's
think about like getting $200 every day, or $100, like, or $1?
But
I'm just gonna massively skip. I don't care if there was Goldust. Oh god.
to dispel all
Dispel?
negativity about me, it's not a 2-hour debunking session. It's not, you know what I mean? It's also not 2 hours of just me kissing my own butt and making me look great. That's not the point either. No one would want to see that. I don't want to
My government is repeating shit now. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. It was a good one. DSP's doing more fucking stupid fucking segments. Hopefully Friday he has a normal fucking day off and he doesn't have any peculiar shenanigans. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a fun one. We learned a lot, and as always,
Time to skedaddle on out of here.
and also don't forget, bye-bye.